systems and this and that. It's like something about like making a human. You start in Northshire Valley and you're just like doing some quests and you just start playing the game and figure it out. But it's really interesting that the new player experience was better in 2004 than it is 20 years later in 2024. You know what I mean? How does retail solve that problem? I don't know. Yeah, I some level of simplification. Like it's just gone so far and beyond. But let's continue listening. It's only halfway through. A lot of great insight here from Day 9.
Tutorial Island did have some merit in terms of showing me the basic flow of the game. It brings me to the whole world. I can now go anywhere I want to go. I go back to the original area and have a brief moment of, the familiarity, the pacing, the slow grind and growth of the game. But I say, no. I'm not done with the tutorial. I derailed myself. I have to go back. I go back to the city where I get into a car that drives me to a horse that I ride to an inn that I then go from to a boat where all of a sudden I'm watching, like, I don't know, the characters from Frozen yelling at each other. And I'm on the ship. I'm not in any of the cutscenes. It's just not about me anymore. I'm just on this fucking boat. And now I'm in a jail. And my jailmate is just like, beat the shit out of me. So I do. And now we're breaking people out of jail. And I'm still not fucking playing a game. I want to cast spells. I want to cast spells on things. Where are my spells to cast? I'm like so confused, man. I like don't understand because this is like the most played MMO of all time, and I'm like sitting here and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is a really weird expansion here, and I'm just I want to
so
frost mage. I want to cast spells. I want things to be really, really, really cold around me as I freeze my casting. It's like I don't. It's like
By the way, Giga Chat Day 9 for playing a Frost Mage. And guys, this is just summed up so perfectly. For a new player, like we talked about for World of Warcraft to continue, it's not just about player retention, because player retention will never be 100%. Like there's gonna be some drop off. So for the game not to slowly die, you need a new player. You need a new player influx, right? To supplement. And it's like, if new players are having a similar feeling to Day 9, and it's just like, what the heck is going on here? I'm so confused. It's clearly something then needs to change, like fundamentally, right? Like it's just gone too far. It's like scaling it back and getting you back to just like you make a human, you're in Northshire Valley and you just start the game is maybe a better introduction. And then you kind of figure things out slowly as you traverse through the world instead of just getting yeah, I don't. Let's finish the video.
And this is the thing. People keep saying to me, yeah, they really dumbed retail down. I'm actually just so fucking confused. I don't know. I literally feel like I've just been doing it wrong. That's what I feel like. It feels like one of those movies where like a high school student is in Italy and they somehow think she is the secret agent for the CIA, so she gets swept up into the mission. That's what I feel like. But the thing is, this isn't a fictional movie. This is my life, and I'm just still confused. So I guess I'm going to help Flynn Fairwind, who I hope isn't in here for, like, child murder. I hope isn't a bad person. The first introduction I had to Flynn was him asking me to punch him, and now I'm hoping that those people that have broken out are killing what I assume are innocent guards. And now I'm just gonna go, I mean, there's so much that I'm crossing my fingers about as I step into what still may not wind up being a game. Okay? So let's find out if we can do a game. Is there gonna be a game?
Are you thirsty?
That was so well said, man. Absolutely perfect from Day 9, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I really do think it's easier to get into a game like Classic, even in 2024. It's old, but it just makes sense. You know, I'm curious though, because I'm old, Day 9's old. I wonder if like a Zoomer were to start, what they would prefer. Someone young, because World of Warcraft, ultimately, if they want a new audience, they need young players in the game. Like when I started, I was 12. Like they need new 12, 14, 16-year-olds like in the game to keep it alive for, you know, however long, or to get that new influx of the next generation. And it's like maybe this is the preference. Maybe I'm out of touch, but like I feel very, very similarly. And I'm grateful I started WoW when I did, because you guys remember the feeling in Classic, or whenever you started TBC, Wrath, Kata, maybe Mop, it was kind of maybe lost a bit of Mop, but like when you started and you were just in this giant world and it was just so mysterious and exciting. Like there's no way that's just me, right? Like it was so beautiful, like so perfect just to run around the world at that start, you know? And I feel like for players starting now on retail, I don't want to put words in their mouth, and maybe I'm off here, but it just seems like that mysteriousness and excitement is just not there. It just doesn't seem to feel like that anymore. Maybe, you know, I would like to talk to more new players. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm out of, maybe I just don't see it anymore because I've been playing the game for 20 years on retail, right? But I feel like it might just not be there for new players anyway. It might just be like, this is just confusing and it's lost that, like, that spark, that touch, that whatever. I don't know. Yeah, to get it back there, yeah, a lot of simplification needs to happen, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot needs to change, I suppose, but man, well said from Day 9. And I watched another breakdown from a YouTuber a couple months ago who's also never played WoW. What was his name? Was it Jimmy? I want to say Jimmy. And a very similar take. Very similar take. I'd be curious. So yeah, it was Jimmy. We saw Day 9. I'd be curious for more players that have never played WoW to try both and give like an accurate review or description of both after never playing, not being biased for one or the other, just like going in blank slate. All right, what's my experience for a week of playing Classic and a week of playing retail? What's easier to understand? What's easier to get into? What's more addicting, exciting? What gives you more like dopamine to continue to play or gets you more addicted? And I mean, I'm sure Blizzard's got to be running these tests internally to be like, okay, this system isn't working, like we should be doing this, or vice versa. Systems and this and that, it's like we're addicted, and I mean, I'm sure Blizzard's got to be. I really want to watch this. And I think we have already watched the first like 2 or 3 minutes of this, because it like I think we saw like a 2-minute clip that was put on Twitter, maybe. I think it was Twitter that we saw like a 2-minute clip of this. This is a 17-minute video. I'm gonna play the whole video because there's probably some people that didn't see the first 2 minutes, but I think I have seen the first like two to 3 minutes of this. So without further ado, let's take a look.
Am I insane? Because I feel insane. Okay, half of you saying yes, half of you saying no. Perfect. This is the path from the tutorial. What? So I got to the end of the tutorial. So let me make sure I got this fucking straight, okay?
Okay.
I want to be really clear about what is happening in my mind's eye. All right?
I love Day 9, man. Oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to cry.
You got this,
I played
Day
World
9.
of Warcraft Classic last week. What happened then?
Okay.
I enter into a field in front of a building, and there's a dude saying, "Go kill boars." Sir, yes, sir. It's slow, it's bland. I see a lot of places to go. I start completing some quests. There's a genteel pace. I open up more and more and more and more. This world shrouded by fog, and as I wander through it, more is revealed. My curiosity guides me. The high levels of enemies stop me. That interplay guides me for like 10 hours. And I'm like learning some magic. And get...
One of the things he just said that is like, I think pretty like critically important, the high levels of mobs stop me. One of the big things about the retail leveling experience, and I can't remember when they did this, it might have been Legion, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm like, levels of enemies stop.
more is revealed. My curiosity guides me. The high levels of enemies stop me. That interplay guides me for like 10 hours. And I'm like learning some magic and get...
One of the things he just said that is like, I think pretty like critically important, the high levels of mobs stop me. One of the big things about the retail leveling experience, and I can't remember when they did this, it might have been Legion, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, where they made it to where the world levels with you. So if you wanted to level in Westfall, or if you wanted to level in Stranglethorn Vale, if you wanted to level in Northrend, the world levels with you. But what that also means is there's no mobs that are just gonna like one-shot you by going into a scary over-leveled zone, and there's no mobs that are gonna, that you can stomp because you out-leveled them. And I think everyone in chat saying they hated that, I think it's not good from an MMO perspective, because not an MMO, an RPG perspective, because one of the things that you want to do as an RPG player, longtime RPG player, is you want to level up, you want to get a brand new sword or a brand new spell, brand new armor, hit a high level and stomp the things that just owned you, right? You want to go back and own the things that you just died to in one hit and be like, see? My time was well spent because I'm strong now. I did it. I'm better than I was before because I powered up. I leveled my character and now I'm owning the content. And you can't do that anymore on retail, right? Because the world levels with you. And I think there's a fundamental flaw in that, right? On the other side of things, one of the things that is nice too is when you find a red mob and it kills you. And that dying to that red mob is important because it gives you something to strive for. So when you die, you can then power up your character and then you'll go back for revenge on that mob that killed you because now I'm strong enough to beat that red enemy. So there's something I think fundamentally flawed with the retail system that the world levels with you on a very deep level. Right?
Getting some skills. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of slick, thick, solid, and tight. And so I think, hey, I heard WoW retail is a pretty cool way to tap into WoW as a brand new gamer. Maybe you didn't enjoy the hardcore mechanics of 2004's WoW. Class, that's okay. Blizzard has a retail modern experience for you. So this Tuesday, like, let's see, like 4 hours ago, I said, I'm gonna open WoW retail, and I just hit play. It dumps me on an island where there's a bunch of people who are like, I have to save my son. The son's like, oh, you saved me, you have to kill harpies now. And I don't know, a gnome thing, a gadget man, taped me to like a helicopter to fly up and then like fly back down and like ride a huge boar. At some points, I learned some button pressing, different abilities. It's telling me to drag things. I'm killing some dudes. I'm dragging loot over to my equipment. But for the most part, I would say in the tutorial island, 20 to 25% of it was me actually playing a game. 75% of it was dialogue and people that I guess I'm never gonna see again. Maybe some of them were at the gates and I don't know, I'm gone. I got on a boat just now. Like, all these people trying to compel me to do things while it's just stapling information to my forehead. And I'm just sitting here with so many staples and post-it notes on my face, and I'm like, God, why do I need to learn all of this? And it's just like, what? It said it pretty clearly. I mean, sure, I suppose, but that's not really my problem. The problem that I had with the tutorial is it was so much contextless information with such little gameplay. But that's okay. It's shoving information down my throat. I'm doing the UHF, drinking from the fire hose, which...
So one of the I agree with his take, and some of you might be like, well, why does his take matter? He's not actually playing World of Warcraft. I think World of Warcraft, as a business model, you're going to have a loss of subscribers every month, right? I'm not saying a loss of overall subscribers, but subscribers will unsubscribe and there'll be new subscribers that come in, right? It's like this with any subscription business model. You're gonna have attrition and you're gonna have new subscribers. So you have to, if you want the game to go upwards in trajectory, you have to have more new subscribers than loss. And how do you get new subscribers? Well, providing a first-time user experience that's captivating. If you don't have that, then you're not going to have new subscribers because new players will come in, they'll say this is crap and then leave. So the new player experience from the perspective of someone who's never played is very important for having the game go in an upward trajectory. right? So like just some context for people like, well, why does any of this matter? It's like, well, it really actually matters.
For any millennials watching, hopefully you get the reference. For any Zoomers watching, just trust me, it's gone forever. It then brings me to Stormwind. Great. This self-isolated tutorial island did have some merit in terms of showing me the basic flow of the game. It brings me to the whole world. I can now go anywhere I want to go. I go back to the original area and have a brief moment of, the familiarity, the pacing, the slow grind and growth of the game. But I say, no. I'm not done with the tutorial. I derailed myself. I have to go back. I go back to the city where I get into a car that drives me to a horse that I ride to an inn that I then go from to a boat where all of a sudden I'm watching, like, I don't know, the characters from Frozen yelling at each other. And I'm on the ship. I'm not in any of the cutscenes. It's just not about me anymore. I'm just on this fucking boat. And now I'm in a jail. And my jailmate is just like, beat the shit out of me. So I do. And now we're breaking people out of jail. And I'm still not fucking playing a game. I want to cast spells. I want to cast spells on things. Where are my spells to cast? I'm like so confused, man. I like don't understand, because this is like the most played MMO of all time, and I'm like sitting here and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is a really weird expansion here, and I'm just I want to frost mage. I want to cast. I want things to be really, really, really cold around me as I freeze them and I casting. It's like I don't. And this is the thing. People keep saying to me, yeah, they really dumbed retail down. I'm actually just so fucking confused.
He's like, am I an idiot, man? This is dumbed down? Like, am I, like, have you ever had that experience? Like, am I the idiot? Is this my fault? That's hilarious. I think this is almost about the point of the video that we saw already. I think it was on Twitter or something. We're getting to the point where we're gonna continue on. Like I said, I wanted to watch the full video in its entirety so we understand the context for people that are just joining in, but I think this is around the part where it gets to the new stuff.
I don't know. I literally feel like I've just been doing it wrong. That's what I feel like. It feels like one of those movies where like a high school student is in Italy and they somehow think she is the secret agent for the CIA, so she gets swept up into the mission. That's what I feel like. But the thing is, this isn't a fictional movie. This is my life, and I'm just still confused. So I guess I'm going to help Flynn Fairwind, who I hope isn't in here for, like, child murder. I hope isn't a bad person.
Is so funny.
First introduction I had to Flynn was him asking me to punch him, and now I'm hoping that all these people that have broken out are killing what I assume are innocent guards. And now I'm just gonna go out. I mean, there's so much that I'm crossing my fingers about as I step into what still may not wind up being a game, okay? So let's find out if we can do a game.
Are you thirsty?
That was so good. That was really
Am
well
I
said.
thirsty? I'm so fucking confused. You can invite another player to your group by right-clicking on their portrait. Okay. Jesus, man, it's like, are you thirsty? Okay, we close this. I feel like without additional context, this just looks insane. Why do you start BFA anyways? Real number, Jay. I'll be honest with you, that doesn't mean anything at all to me. I'm following instructions.
That's good.
Doesn't mean start BFA. Close this. I feel like without additional context, this just looks insane. Why do you start BFA anyways? Real number, Jay. I'll be honest with you, that doesn't mean anything at all to me. I'm following instructions.
That's good.
On in there?
Yeah, what is?
Like you started a
What is?
What's nice is that he's so blind. He's not doing this and that he saw or had someone tell him, oh, just skip this. Like, he's going in as a real blind consumer. No, like, do this, that, the other. It's like, I'm just gonna play World of Warcraft in 2024. And I appreciate that, right?
What's going on? I mean, like, the escalation is incredible. Cool. It's like a cooking tutorial where episode 1 is assembling a sandwich using cheese and deli meat. And episode 2 is
yeah. If you need to YouTube the tutorial, there's a problem with the tutorial fundamentally. Yeah, that well said, Brumstool. I'm gonna go back here because I interrupted what he was saying.
A sandwich using cheese and deli meat. And episode 2 is butcher a cow. Like I don't know how, I have no idea why I'm here. Should I, sorry, I didn't mean to punch the microphone. Should I keep doing this? Do I keep doing this? Yeah, draw the rest of the fucking MMO. Exactly, Burner Man. Oh my god. Okay. So Ghost says this is basically the end of the tutorial merging into Battle for Azeroth. Oh, so that's what BFA means. Okay. Okay, so the name of the expansion is Battle for Azeroth. And that's what you mean when you say BFA.
Yeah.
So when I saw BFA, my brain was trying to think of a noun that began with A that was big fucking something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
right,
assumed that you
yeah.
were saying. And then when all of you were saying Battle for Azeroth, most of you weren't capitalizing like with proper nouns, so I just thought that you were colloquially being like, yeah, no, you did the tutorial, then it's time to battle for Azeroth. I was like, that's a weird way to say you go level.
Dude.
All right, maybe there's some cultural, mismatch happening where I don't get what the words you're saying are. Let's talk
Battle
to
for
Talia.
Azeroth, yep. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to jump up that, I don't think. You're gonna you have to go around for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be, you have to go, gotta find some stairs somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's decent. Yeah, try to. No, you want to hit the space bar. Nope. Yeah, right there. You can probably get up there. Yep, good. Easy. Okay.
All right, come on, Talia. I know exactly where I'm going. There's a giant glowing hedron to go. Oh fuck, this is not the right way. There's a giant glowing hedron that will at least show me my destination. How the fuck do I get over to you?
Must
Up
be
here?
upstairs. No, or downstairs.
Dude, it's just so sick. I mean,
right there, right-
the
yeah,
art
right
is
there,
beautiful. Nauticin says the art department has hard carried Blizzard for a long while now, I feel. I actually think that's such an unfair statement because that implies that it's not part of the experience. It's just this like extra thing that's like, oh, when it comes to staying alive, calories are really doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, yeah, of course. Like this fucking, like, oh, you mean one of the most important and difficult parts of making a good game is the thing that has been causing them to succeed with respect to their peers that just across the board have worse art? Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, that's like Tiger Woods' golf swing has really been carrying his golf career. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I don't.
I actually disagree with Day 9 here. I think there's a lot of different things that can attribute to how good a game experience actually is, and graphics are one of them. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that they're like calories in terms of keeping you alive as being like one of the only things. I would say it's one of them. Another one that's bigger than graphics is gameplay, right? I think gameplay is more critical to keeping a game alive than graphics. Right? You can have a beautiful game with terrible gameplay. Then there's story and lore and music and so I think that might be a little unfair of him to say that it's like the only thing. It's like, well, no, that's one of some critical components. It is a critical one, but I would say it's not even the biggest one. So I don't know if I agree with that.
What do you want me to do with that? Like what department's been sliding? You know what? Tell me the department that's bad. What's the department that's bad? Engineering, obviously not. It runs buttery smooth. Besides the 10 server kicks, that's right. Okay, you know what? You're right, Beefy TV. I got kicked a lot my first day of playing WoW. The tutorial department, great point. The tutorial department definitely is going to have some hands on the hips from me when I meet them. All right.
The market hosts travelers from all over Azeroth. There are many taverns, but this one's my favorite. I spend a lot of time in here, pestering travelers.
But
to tell
I
me
have a
stories,
rewards card.
especially folks from the
It
East.
tracks my miles traveled and lets me get free complimentary breakfast at the inn. Where is this office? Is it behind here? Is it
It's
through
probably
here?
just like up and
I
around.
feel like such an idiot. I hate these little diamonds that show up on the screen. It's so fucking misleading. Dragon Banks, has he fought anything yet? Some BFAs on the way in, to be honest. Are you kidding me? It's down here? Read the quest, maybe it'll tell you where it is. I'm sorry, they've added all these great accessibility features. So I just keep rubbing my face against walls like I'm a...
Sorry, but I don't read the question because accessibility features it's made it obsolete to request, so now I'm not incentivized to do
cat leaving pheromones or some shit. I lost my mother when the scourge hit Lord. Father sent me Here, raised from the war. Right on. Oh, let's go. Wow, that was no wonder they removed.
He's still looking for that
close
quest.
to interact with the target. I'm gonna go insane. There's a little circle, and the little circle's taunting me, just the way you taunt me. You're all.
It's gotta be like right there. Yeah, it's like 90 yards
swear
away.
to God,
bro.
I'm gonna find this one on my own because I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
I'm back fucking here fucking again.
Just running circles, dude. It's gotta be
don't
upstairs,
believe
right?
it. Did I find it?
Oh, is it there?
Yeah! Woo! There it is.
Nice, nice, bro.
Is it? Wow, you're saying that the most shitty way. I know it was hard for me.
Oh, look, it's like properly right here as it's always been.
Is this retail? No, actually, this is real life. What?
You're in war now. Going to battle.
Stand down! Don't you know who that is?
No! I don't know who anyone is.
Greymane, it is an honor. You are free to remain in the harbor on my authority.
What was any of this?
Talia, for family.
When am I gonna get to play a game?
For the Lord.
Shake his hand.
And had her own
Hear
daughter
Cyrus's tale?
as a traitor.
Is this? Don't tell me this is fucking
What
Cyrus.
would you do? Why would you?
Oh my God.
These old. Humor an old knight for a moment, would you?
No.
I was in a battle many
You're
years
killing me.
It was.
You're killing
Second
me.
War. Tough to keep them all straight.
Oh my God.
An Orcish juggernaut struck our transport. Splinters from the gun stubborn. Refused to leave before the war was won. So he patched himself up with his son.
All right, there we go. I figured out a way to solve that problem. I mean, when am I gonna get to fight anything? I mean, my God, I went through a tutorial, ran through town to get to another set of cutscenes. I'm going to town. Let's see if it's.
Oh my God,
But she is misguided. Her advisors have kept.
All right, there we go. Like,
Oh
I mean, this is. Let's just turn that back down for a moment. Wait, we're done? Can I play the game?
Nice.
Finally, some action. Stay on course.
W. Accept the
Stay
quest.
on course.
Let's fight. Let's fight.
Dismissed. Honor guide you.
Yes.
Speak with someone.
Remain vigilant.
Damn, Dan, I'm not reading any of it. I love to pay a monthly subscription to a real-time action MMO so I can read. Listen, I love reading, but when I want to read, I get a book and I read. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, to be fair, and I think I might stray a little from Daytime here again. I think lore is a big part of video games for a lot of players. I think walking through a story is really important for a lot of players. Not for every player. Someone like Peekaboo, or maybe myself, have no idea what that heck is going on. But there's a lot of people that want to play a video game almost as if you'd watch a movie. It's like an interactive movie. You're the character moving through the movie, and you see the cutscenes, and you like Final Fantasy does this very well, right? You're learning more about the lore. You're going through the movie. You're the main character, and you know. So I think it's like a little unfair to say that it's an action RPG because, well, it's not. It's an MMO RPG, and you're the character moving through the story. But to Day9's point that I will agree with is maybe you need a bit more action at the start instead of just so much dialogue. So I can see both sides, but I think I would stray a little from Day9 here again.
You know what I mean? What you did for Classic? It's because it was the only way to play. It made me play. And I had to read so that way I could know where to go. I'm upset too, sweetheart. I'm so ready to play World of Warcraft.
Excellent. Hero, Talia will get you up to speed.
Come back with stories. Kultiris is made up of several major houses. They were unified under Damon Proudmoore's leadership. But that gradually changed after his defeat.
When do you play the game?
Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore now lives in his place,
Okay.
commanding both the military and the guard.
Got it.
House Waycrest has been a loyal valet to the north.
Oh, all the way to the north. Okay.
Stories on finding our
This
missing
has to be the last one. This has to be the last one coming up. Okay.
We can do this. Farewell, friend. Finally, some action. For cultists. All right, Flynn, what's this? Big lead of yours. Something about Ashvane having any
When
gunpowder?
the fuck do I do something to talk to people?
How is
Someone
that
got
a
water
lead?
barrel shot.
Making new weapons all
Fire
the time.
Flint's pistol at the barrel.
Like this.
I thought that this was a fantasy role-playing game.
Mind giving our skeptical
All right.
colleagues
Oh shit.
That.
Who are you in the context of this game? I have no idea, Fire Spoon. People just keep trusting me with information and handing me guns to shoot at barrels. Like, it's crazy.
He's stuck in the water again.
absolute Olympian rowers.
Nice.
Just, we are flying through the. I mean, this is dangerous to be nearby. I don't see speed limit signs, but we're definitely going past the speed limit. If someone steps in front of us, they're going to lose a limb. That is so fucking sweet. Oh my god, I'm doing content.
Okay, let's go,
2.
baby.
Hold on, I'm gonna go talk to this urchin worker. Did I find any retail? Fucking insane. It's one of those insane things I've ever seen. Insane, good or bad? I mean, just like insane in the sense of the word insane. It's just like, it's so
It's
unhinged.
insane.
It's just, welcome to the game, do this, go here, turn this in, here's 50 spells. Now, turn this guy into a sheep, now hit him. Hit him as hard as you can. I mean, and it's just throwing story at me and
Icelands,
throwing
Icelands.
lore and telling me to do stuff.
Nice. Congrats on Ding, bro.
Both of those seems pretty cool. Frost.
Ice barrier, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot at once, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Blizzard, barriers,
ice barrier.
lance, icicles. What in the fuck?
Yeah.
It's right. Oh. I did it.
Oh, he had to accept the talons.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Drag your ice barrier though, bro. Nice.
Unbelievably tight. Incredibly sick. Yeah.
So right when he gets into the gameplay, it's like, oh wow, I have an orb of frost that I can launch from my fingertips. That's dope. I think he just wanted to like play the game a little sooner, you know?
Yes. That is what I am talking about. Dude, this combat is really fun.
So he likes the
Holy
combat a lot.
2! Fucking 2, you fucking guys, you bastards. Fuck you, 2.
Family friendly day 9. Come on. Yo, you're gonna die.
2.
Yo.
2.
Hide it out, man.
B eats.
I like how he just arcane explosions.
Look at all these people fucking watching me be bad. These are like the perverted cultists at the end of the movie Hereditary. They're just watching horrible
I
things
haven't
happen
seen
with
that
their
movie.
creepy grins and no clothes on. 1,
What?
2,
Orb. Nice.
click,
Yeah.
2,
Why is he
3.
using arcane explosion every second?
2.
Nice.
Dude, I can't believe I'm gonna complete a quest that actually involves gameplay. This is so sick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Oh my god. All the innocence.
He just only uses 2,
This is what it feels like whenever I try to
Why
engage
is
with
he
someone
only
on
arcane
Twitter.
explosion?
Mr. Bennis Hammond, this is amazing
Oh
watching
my
someone play WoW for
gosh.
the first time. It's weird. Yeah, because like my understanding of WoW players is that they're really upset all the time and they just log in for 10 hours a day and are just fucking miserable.
Oh my gosh! Wow, is that true, Chad? Is that true? I mean, maybe it is true. I think though there's a problem, right? Like when you play WoW casually or any game casually, and maybe it's not just WoW. Like when you play any game casually or like a couple hours a day, it's a lot of fun. When you can play WoW or say League of Legends or like Counter-Strike or like Valorant for like 2 to 3 hours a day, it's a lot of fun. And it almost makes you want to come back tomorrow and play more. In fact, it kind of does. And when you get off work or you get home from school, you kind of itch to play a bit more and more. But when you play for 10 hours a day, you play 10 hours of League of Legends or Counter-Strike or WoW, and you go to bed and you wake up, you play another 10 hours, you go to bed, wake up another 10 hours, and you fast forward 10 years, then all of a sudden it feels different. it feels like a chore, it feels like a job. You become old and cynical and everything sucks, and it's like, dude, what is going on? You know what I mean? It's one of the reasons why I started like gaming less. I think about 5 years ago, I started doing like shorter streams or like more reacts or like 1 or 2 days off on the weekend, because I used to game 7 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day. So what is that, like a little under 70 hours a week of like gaming, playing arenas, in the game, queuing. Now it's like less than half of that, maybe even a third of that or something. And it actually gets me excited to come back, right? Because it leaves you wanting a little bit more, right? 7 hours a day, 8 to 10 days a week is what I meant to say. Did I mistype there, IRL? Yeah. Let's finish out the video real quick.
Clench their teeth. They have black tar for blood, and every single thing that Blizzard does is bad because it is for the casuals and not for them.
You gotta pick one. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, the game. I mean, both games are pretty fun now that I can play the game.
Nice. He has like a 4-second review.
Pretty fun now that I can play.
Both games are pretty fun. Well, you heard it here first, guys. Day 9 likes classic and likes retail. And to say the least, the retail new player experience is incredibly frustrating. And we've had debates in the past, like as a new player, what's easier to get into? Retail or classic? Like if you're a new player, you've never played, what's going to be an easier game to get into and understand? What would you guys say? Retail or classic? For a new player, never played WoW in their lives. Classic, 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 SOD, classic, 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 classic. Does anyone think retail? There's 1 retail I see, 2 retails, 3 retails, but like, yeah. So yeah, maybe classic is kind of the game for new players. I don't know. Is that even true either? Because classic's also the game for boomers. Maybe it's just an age thing. If you're a zoomer, maybe you'd pick up retail easier. If you're a boomer like me, maybe you'd pick up classic easier. I don't know. All right, well, there it is. I think Day 9 is hilarious. I think some of his feedback was a little blown out of proportion. Like I disagreed with him a couple times, but I really respect the perspective of a brand new player, right? I think it's very important to think about, to understand, especially if you're Blizzard, because man, if there's no new players coming into the game and it's only a bunch of old players that are eventually dropping off slowly, but you know, eventually dropping off, it's like, okay, we're gonna need new players, so this matters, this stuff matters, right? I think one of my biggest learning experiences from the videos, I really do like how the classic world at high level zones felt scary because you couldn't go there yet, so you had to like earn your way there and like work through the world, that fog of war, so to speak, instead of just kind of doing whatever you want, right? And we talked about that in depth earlier in the video, but still, great watch. Thank you for linking it to us. I'll say it one more time because it seems like some people are still asking this. This is the full video. We have previously reacted to the first like 4 minutes. This is the full 17-minute video we just checked out. Time he's played and he likes it now? What's changed? Let's take a look. So he had his friends give him a guided adventure so that he has quests to do. Okay. Kill 6 mobs in 1 pull bonus objective. I get it. So his friends basically said, all right, you should try to do this in WoW. Man, one of the things I've always felt true about WoW, or like any MMO, is friends are what make it fun. Like if you go in completely alone and you don't know anyone and your friends aren't saying like, can you do this? Cause I did that. Or like, you know, have you done this achievement? Cause I haven't done it yet and it's really hard. Like that experience of playing with friends and having that interaction is kind of what makes it fun a lot of the times. All right, cool.
John Keeshan. For 5 long years, they used me as a toilet.
Ew.
For 5 years, figures I was the middle segment of the human centipede. Don't forget to flush the John Key.
Wait, dude, does it actually say that? Bro. Whoa. Bro, what?
That's very funny. That's actually, I finished saying that, and that's one of the funniest things that's ever happened.
mega varmt på torsdag. Altså til en grad, så vi har gået fra børnehaven af. Børnene de skal have badetøj med på torsdag. Til børnehaven, fordi de har tænkt sig at lave der skal hentes. Vi har jo fordelen, at det skiftes til helikopter. Jeg ved ikke om der er noget, jeg tænker, det er jo godt, det er jo godt. Men altså, 5 tog med over at hente børn.
I love Day9's laugh
well,
so
looks
much.
like I clogged the John Keeshan. Well, just you do the Heimlich maneuver.
Oh, gross.
For honor, friends.
Darn it, Day9. Unbelievable.
What? Who?
Good day to you.
Oh,
Guys, he's not playing with Neuralink. These are AirPods. These are headphones, all right? This guy's faking it. This isn't Neuralink, chat. These are going into his ears. It's for audio. It's not going onto his head, all right? Relax.
Well, I accidentally clicked on this guy. I just heard hello, and I was like, is there someone in the room with me? Oh my god. What is happening? Share this outfit by linking it in chat or online? Why would I want to share my outfit? You there, young Frostmate.
Bro, there's people out there, Day9, believe it or not, that play this game, World of Warcraft, just to farm transmog and share their outfits. So yes, you can link your outfit to other people. Your transmog. There's people out there that farm. There's an add-on called Do Everything, or Twitch chat, what is it? Farm everything, do everything, all the things, all the things, right? There's an add-on, yeah, all the things. There's an add-on where you literally just log in and you farm everything. Yeah, that's what people do.
Oh, me? I think your drip is cool enough to post to other people.
Yeah, seriously.
This item will bind it to you. Oh, hold on. This is my chance to do 6 of them. All right, are you ready, Ed? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice. Oh, frost.
Shit,
Oh.
fuck.
Are we AoE grinding? Oh, he's pulling the 6 mob with a frost bolt. Okay, so he hasn't started his AoE yet, but he's almost dead. Okay. Let's use any. Okay. Well, that's not good.
What? Oh no! No, control 1! Okay, wait.
Får dem ikke pullet sammen først. Lower dem, og så frozen.
Nice. Oh, he doesn't have the ice block heal
Why
thing.
is it so hard? Wait, they unaggroed me. What?
Bro, you got spared. Don't pretend to like, bro, Day9, you got spared, dude. Yeah, you got completely. Those guys could have killed you. All right, they let you live.
How does?
Yeah.
I need to have a snack. Wait, is this my chance? 2.
Oh, he's already half
Oh
HP.
my
That's
God.
not good. That's not.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I'm fucking invisible.
Yeah, it's you don't. You're gonna die.
Oh no! 5. Get me the
Bro, I love watching people play WoW for the first time. This is so good.
fuck out of here. Oh. Ah! 1. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! 5, 1, 2. No, he went forward. I fucking hate my fucking character so much. Literally, I'm facing that one. 5. What?
This is clearly not a family-friendly react, guys. I'm sorry.
Måske skulle han prøve at pulle 3 mobs, og slå 3 mobs ihjel på en gang. Og så pulle 4 mobs.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Fucking, where's my invisibility? I fucking moved it, dude. Oh, okay.
There's so many things in WoW that like you take for granted when you play for a long time, and when you watch someone play for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, that's what it was like. Mesner. Uh-oh. Alright. You got this, bro. You got this. Oh, Keyshawn. We're doing Keyshawn's quest line.
Oh, it's
All right.
a fucking.
With Accent Reach, with a battle driver, back in the old world, do retreat quest. Det er noget forholdet, som er gameplay.
It's up here again.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
in
go
the
here,
cave.
go
It's in the
there, go
cave.
back to where you were. Come on back, go over there. Oh, that's a spider! Holy fucking shit! Oh, 1. Fuck, 1.
It's on cooldown. It's on cooldown. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
What? Ah! That's awesome. This game is so good. Oh!
I actually haven't done any of these quests, like, sorry for keep pausing, but I haven't done any of these quests on retail. I haven't leveled a character on retail since, like, besides the 10 levels per expansion, but like leveling a character.
Jeg kan vide, om de har ændret. Altså sådan en Cataclysm, der er det hele om det stadigvæk er Cataclysm quest, eller om det er...
Character from 1 on retail since like Kata. It's been like 2012 Kata. It's been like a long time.
You're legitimately fucking kidding. Oh my god.
We need Day9 on hardcore. We need Day9 on hardcore, dude.
Fuck! Not, it's the wrong way again.
We need him on hardcore, dude.
No! No, I don't want to fucking lose again. Get in the fucking water. Get in the water. No! Jesus Christ. Covers the user in fox poop and leaves. Hides them from sight. What? Attack that guy. Who? The shit covered leaf. Oh yeah. Holy shit, I can see him. Oh, that's disgusting. He just killed me.
So troll, dude. Gross.
Oh, fuck. What freeze? Jesus, he's like swims at me, man?
Oh my god.
What? Oh!
You gotta attack through the wall, I think. Yeah, leeway or something.
Fuck me! What the? Get me the fuck out of here! Shit, man!
He's just dead.
No! Come on, man! Fuck!
This is great
bugged.
perspective.
He's
Really
angry.
good perspective. Yeah.
Oh my fuck!
Exactly, Taylor. Yeah.
This is my favorite character that's ever been in media. I love John Keeshan so much. Like, hey John, he's like, fuck do you want?
I like how Day9 just brings it alive,
Jesus
dude.
Gosh. Didn't we only release one of the 3 sets of prisoners? Did you see those orcs explode? That's how we do it in Bravo Company! Now to clean up the rest of these jackasses. Give me your Mishner's cuffs. The gunslinger covered himself in shit and leaves.
Bro.
This is all extremely funny to me.
I'm
All right,
glad
I'm
he's
gonna
loving
try
it,
to
dude.
do the aggro 6 things.
Okay, aggro 6 things. Come on.
What up, fucko?
Nice. He
New
has
mob
ice
boss
barrier
is
on this
in town,
time.
and his name is Day9. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Oh
That's only
shit! Fucking
5.
wore off. Cast it.
Oh my gosh. That's
Fucking-
not looking good.
Holy shit!
There's a fox right behind him. Too. Yeah, he's dead for sure.
Cast invisibility.
God.
Oh, fucking.
All right, what we want to do is mount up and just run through 6 mobs. And like, you can do it a lot of different things, but if you want to just press like orb and Kona cold, they'll probably all just die. And then just spam ice lance on them individually, or hey, you could even shifting power into another Kona cold into a Nova. Like, all right, let's see it. Let's see it.
Piece of shit, man.
Let's see it.
Why did it last for? Why did it last? It didn't last for a very long time. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Come here.
Okay,
fuckos.
that's 6.
No, it's a caster.
Yeah, the caster's
Five.
not good. You could counterspell it.
Oh shit, I don't know what to do now. Oh my god, control 2.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, orb. Kona,
Kona
yeah,
fucking
yes,
cold.
yes.
Fuck you. Shit. Fuck me, Ed.
That's bad.
I fucking hate Ed so much. God damn it. Fucking, I didn't have any plan.
Okay, an hour of pulls. He's trying to do a 6-man pull for an hour, dude.
Fuck me.
Oh, that was close.
Wait. I did something really wrong. What in the fuck?
I have many
Dude.
wares.
Oh
What is
my
this
God.
Los Angeles real estate scam that I'm seeing here? Wait, no. No. Oh no, Ed's gone.
You're dead.
So many goddamn buttons to press. I'm doing this, man. Okay, I forgot to use this again.
So this is what it's like for someone who hasn't played retail. You have like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 keybinds on the keyboard, and you have to think about which one to hit very quickly while positioning your character. There's like a lot going on. You don't have to aim though. There's no aiming like Valorant or Counter-Strike. There's not that many skill shots. I mean, you have Cock or Kona Cold, but like not that many skill shots, but you have a lot of different abilities to hit in tandem quickly. I think I forget about that.
Forgot to do 5-6 again. I'm actually going to zoom out and above me a little bit so I can see slightly better. Fuck. Oh my god, that was better. That was better. I think I need to dive in on the casters and try to kill the casters much sooner.
Or just don't
I think
pull
there's
the
a big
casters
difference
or
between
counterspell
is that
them.
you, Ed? Holy shit! Holy shit, Edward! Hi, Ed. Hello. This is it. Get the holy shit, Edward! Hi, Ed. Hello. This is it. Get the fuck out of here, Ed. We've got it. We've got it. We've done it.
The casters are owning you, bro. Oh, he counterspelled one of them. That's good. He cocked. That nice. Orb is good.
Who's this?
Blizzard's
Who the
good.
fuck is this?
Oh, he's helping you.
Oh, dude, no. Come on, man.
Yeah, for the glory, man. For the glory.
Oh, my God.
Let him do it, dude.
Oh, my God. A random stranger, dude. This
Let him
sucks.
do it.
Oh, no. All right, we got to go somewhere else, I think. Arcane explosion.
Okay, nice. Nice. Nice.
This,
Okay,
this is actually...
This is the pull. I can tell. This is the pull. If you just cast a Blizzard and Orb, spam some Kona Colds. Oh, he changes keybinds too. Nice. And he's got this. Shifting power. Bro, you got this.
So straightforward now if I just do this.
Yeah. Orb.
Oh, shit.
Ice barrier. Orb. I like how he has just a random level 70 targeted. He has none of the mobs targeted.
What's Cone of Coal?
Oh, there, yeah, nice. Okay, Orb. Yes.
What are my buttons?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
Okay,
Fuck.
I was wrong. I thought
Fuck.
that was it.
Wait, hold on.
I
What
thought that
was
it.
my AoE ability that I kept forgetting? So I just need to be hitting 2 and 6 more. That's what I need to be doing. Because this comes off cooldown really, really fast. All right. 1.
Okay, nice.
2.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
4.
Yes. Yeah. Orb.
All right, so
he has a bonus mob. That's actually 7. Okay, Blizzard, Orb, Kona Cold, Shifting Power, Blizzard, Orb, Kona Cold, Shifting Power. Yeah. Yes. Orb. Nova, Orb, Kona Cold, Blizzard, Shifting Power, Nova, Orb, Kona Cold. Come on, right there, Kona Cold. Orb, please just Orb. Oh no, don't get hit.
All right, that's
Orb.
probably not the right move.
Oh, it's so close. Okay, end the ice block, Nova, then Orb, and then Kona Cold, and they'll all be dead.
I'll probably let my cooldowns go a little bit. We should do this.
Nice. Nova. Yes. Oh, yes. He's got it.
Why did it just
Press 6,
cancel out?
press 6. Press 6. Yes. Oh, it's gonna get sticky.
Get back here.
Oh, this is gonna get sticky. 1 down. 2 down. He's looking the wrong way. Turn around. You're looking the wrong way.
Fucking.
3 down.
Oh my God, I did it.
4 down.
I mean, kind of barely, but like not exactly.
Wait.
I mean, they just walked away again. You know what? For this to be a real run,
Oh,
we're gonna keep aggroing mobs.
he it doesn't count because 2 of them de-aggroed, I think. And he missed
Why
a
does
cock.
it go that way? All right.
Your cock direct. Is where you're pointing. Yeah. If you're looking forward, it goes in a cone up in front of you. Oh, yeah, your cock isn't that. It's a shorter radius, Sean. Yeah.
I hit this. Wow, this is.
Oh,
he's
getting
it's the
helped.
same fucking asshole.
Yeah, dude.
It's all right. We don't
Ruining
hate
his
them.
glory, man.
I think we did it.
Does that count? Like he did 3 or 4 and then 3 reset, but then he pulled 3 more. Like 3 plus 3 is 6.
Oh my God. Does that count? Because we actually overall killed more than that. Oh my God. That was awesome. Oh my God. Now that I've done this, I realize how fucking clumsy my mana is. I'm doing like 4, control 4, 6, 1, control 6, 5, 6, 1, 3, control 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was sweet. All right, I want to go fight more.
Wow. Yeah, so like 3 of them just reset at this point, I think. Somehow. Yeah, these 3 I think just reset. Yeah, they just ran back. That's annoying. Oh, how I miss the mysteriousness of WoW. Like, when you first play and you're just going in blind and it's just like you could spend all day in a Red Ridge and just have a great time, you know?
Come here. Come here, fuckers.
Oh, he's doing it again. Okay, this is 6. This is 6. Oh, no. Okay, no. T spawns. Okay. That's 3, mathematically speaking. Yeah.
Oh, that's down, so I can do this?
Yeah. Yeah, not bad.
I like how he has infinite mana and no pushback on spells.
Chronicle, Nova, Icelands. Yep. Yep.
Oh, shit, that's fucked. Awesome.
Yep. There it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there it is. Well done.
That's like really sweet. That was awesome. Thanks, Ed and Danny. Thank you both so much for helping create a little activity sheet for me so I could have a little guided adventure. And I'll be back tomorrow. And probably more in the future because that was insanely stupidly fun. Bye-bye.
So it sounds like Day 9's having some fun now. He just needed his friends to give him an activity sheet to understand WoW. So I feel like, yeah, that's like the main thing. Like if you're going into retail completely blind, it can be kind of annoying. But if you go in with some like friends and some type of purpose of like, I'm gonna do this, then it can actually get really fun. And yeah, yo, thanks for linking this vid. This is a good one, really good one. What's he doing? Learning mage rotations. He was trying to kill 6 mobs at once. Hey, he's getting it. Yeah, you got him, AJ. Yeah, dude, I haven't leveled in WoW like that in a real long time. Real long time.
This episode was inevitable. The Engineer is arguably Spy's most interesting matchup. However, it is very important to get a major misconception out of the way immediately. Spy does not counter Engineer. Engineer has a lot of options when it comes to fighting back against Spies. Spy is less of a counter to Engineer, but more so his foil. Both are the most complex classes in the game by a rather large margin. But whereas Engineer is about setting up defensive holds and providing powerful support to his team, the Spy is all about infiltrating the enemy team and disrupting them from within. As they are both forces of the opposite things, when on opposing teams, it's very natural that they'll come into conflict with each other. Now, considering how complex of a class Engineer is, it's best that you understand how he works before fighting him. More specifically, the machines he's able to conjure, and your main tool against them. The engineer has a total of 4 buildings: the sentry gun, the dispenser, the teleporter entrance, and the teleporter exit, all of which can be upgraded to level 3, increasing their efficiency in some way, though the levels of the teleporters are linked, as both upgrade at the same time, and if one is destroyed, the other resets back to level 1.
Okay, but like, what do the buildings actually do?
Sentries shoot bad guy with aimbot, dispenser give health and ammo to good guys, and teleporter disrupts quantum physics to make good guy go from entrance to exit. That's your TLDR. But being the funny Frenchman known as the Spy, you have the unique ability to disguise as enemy players, and the buildings will always fall for your disguise. No acting necessary. Sentries won't shoot, dispensers will heal you, and teleporters for some reason don't actually care if you're disguised or not. They'll still take you anyway, but I would not recommend taking it without a disguise.
I'm killing you.
Curiously enough though, the cloak only fools the sentry, which is nice because it's the one that kills you. But what's nicer is that it means that enemy dispensers and teleporters will still work even if you're cloaked.
They possess vision beyond our own.
When it comes to actually destroying buildings as Spy, this is where your Electro Sapper comes into play. In fact, this is its only purpose. You can right-click on buildings to place the Sapper. This will instantly disable it and start eating away at its health.
Hey, what about the red tape recorder?
When the Sapper is placed, the engineer will immediately be alerted to this predicament and will audibly yell,
Spy Sapper by Sentry!
The Sapper can be destroyed by 2 hits with all wrenches, except the Jag, which takes 3. Unlike when using the knife or revolver, placing a Sapper does not drop your disguise, but if you stab someone within the line of sight of the sentry, it will turn to shoot you.
Die!
This is where things get messy. There are many different techniques when it comes to actually attempting to take down a nest, and they're all useful in different situations. The most basic but iconic of techniques: when the engineer is behind his sentry, backstab him, immediately switch to your Sapper, and place it on the sentry before it shoots you. The sentry takes a quick second to lock onto its target, and even longer if it has to turn around to face you. This is why the stab and sap works. It is recommended to turn on fast weapon switch when using this technique, as you can instantly switch weapons by pressing the number keys. This is the reverse. You sap the building, then attempt to stab the engineer when he comes to repair it, either by hiding and sneaking up on him, or using it to set up a trick stab. Sap the sentry to disable it, then immediately open fire upon the... the engineer, who will either retaliate or attempt to remove the Sapper in the chaos. Your goal is to kill the engineer before he succeeds at either. When doing this, it's smart to plan for if the Sapper gets removed mid-fight. Since the sentry has a split-second delay before it can function again, you can either stick near the sentry to reapply your unlimited supply of Sappers on it, or be ready to run to cover. Sapping a building will almost always cause the engineer to come for it. You can use this to bait the engineer into an unfavorable position away from the sentry to kill them or waste time. Sap the building of choice and then immediately open fire upon it to destroy it as fast as possible. Sap sentries have a hidden 33% resistance to the revolver, but this isn't enough to not make this technique viable. This technique is best done suddenly when the engineer isn't ready for it, especially when they aren't close to that building in particular. You want to give them as little time to react as possible.
Reminder that the damage a sentry gun takes is unaffected by damage fall-off, allowing you to do cheeky things like this.
If the engineer is standing within sight of a sentry, but not right next to it, you can quickly stab the engineer and run to cover before it shoots you. Run in and spam sappers on everything. The hope is that while the engineer is occupied trying to remove the sappers and the sentry isn't working, your teammates will capitalize on it and destroy the nest. This works best when you plan it out with your teammates, especially if it's during an Uber. The sentry can't be repaired whatsoever until the sapper is removed, so this is massively powerful when coordinated. Sap the entrance and stand on it while disguised. The hope is that the engineer will remove it while standing on the exit, causing you to teleport into his hitbox, instantly killing him, which is known as a telefrag.
Warning, this usually only fools newer players.
If for some reason the engineer leaves his buildings completely unattended or is dead, you can just sap the whole thing and leave. GG easy. This list is by no means all strategies you can use against engineers, but it's some of the most essential ones. When you first discover an engineer nest, it's often best to take note of where all the buildings are placed, and try to judge the experience level of the engineer in question. This can allow you to figure out how you're going to take out the nest, and when. Some engineers will be more aware and harder to deal with than others, and may require varied or creative strategies. Because engineers usually stay within the back lines, once they're done setting up, their team can take some of the pressure off of them, which gives them free time to check for spies if nothing else is happening. But one of the biggest advantages you have as the spy is that you are almost always the one who starts the fight. Therefore, you have more control over when it happens. You can take your time to get your bearings, and you can wait for an opportunity to strike. When you first discover an engineer nest, here's a few things you should take note of. How much is the engineer running around? Are the buildings fully upgraded yet? If not, it could cause a distraction. Is the engineer standing behind a sentry a lot, or is he moving around? Where is the teleporter exit, and can it be exploited? Are the buildings clumped together or spread out? Spread out buildings typically indicate a more experienced engineer. Are there multiple engineers? How many of their teammates are around? These are factors to be aware of that can either make it easier or harder to take out a nest. Account for these things and look for an opportunity, of which the engineer's own buildings can actually provide you with some. Since disguise is full dispensers, you can actually get health and ammo off of it for yourself. And even better, it's able to refill your cloak meter. This is what I like to call dispenser leeching. If you disguise, cloak, and stand on top of an enemy dispenser, you can remain cloaked indefinitely, while getting healed. At level 1, it'll keep your cloak meter where it is, but at level 2 or 3, it'll actually refill it. This can also be a good trick for waiting out an opportunity or observing undercover, aka discount cloak and dagger. Engineers themselves rarely stand on the dispenser unless using it for leverage, or because of that glitch where standing on top of it gives you double metal. But watch out for enemy players standing inside it and colliding with you. Some engineers may use dispensers to block potential spies, but there are very few situations where it can't be jumped over or has another path around. Aka discount cloak and dagger. Engineers themselves rarely stand on the dispenser unless using it for leverage, or because of that glitch where standing on top of it gives you double metal. But watch out for enemy players standing inside it and colliding with you. Some engineers may use dispensers to block potential spies, but there are very few situations where it can't be jumped over or has another path around. Because the dispenser is the least important building to destroy, if you kill the engineer and successfully sap the rest of the nest, it may even be worth quickly disguising and using the dispenser yourself before destroying that too. Play around the dispenser right, and it can actually help you. Play around the sentry wrong, and it'll kill. When destroying a nest, the sentry is the main building you need to play around. And while the level 3 rockets can miss, it doesn't matter because the aimbot bullets of a level 1 can kill you in 2 seconds after it starts firing, and level 2 halves that time. You don't want to be uncloaked and undisguised around a sentry unless it's right about to be sapped or already is.
Hello! Are you having trouble maintaining your cover between stabs? Try the Your Eternal Reward. The stabs are almost silent and instantly disguise you as your backstab victim. It's so instant that you can stab someone in front of a sentry and it won't even turn to shoot you, giving you more options to approach a nest. Wait, what are you doing? No, don't skip, please. Don't, I'm not done.
When you're attacking a nest, the sentry should almost always be the first building you sap. This isn't just because the sentry is dangerous, but when you sap any of the buildings, you have officially begun the encounter. The engineer immediately knows that there is a spy present, and depending on where his buildings are placed, he'll know exactly where you are at that point in time.
He is going to retaliate very angrily.
You have essentially called the engineer to that position, which is why it's best to make the sentry the first building you take out of play, even if temporarily. Though if one of the buildings is placed outside of the sentry's range, you can sap that first to make the engineer leave the sentry. This can either be used for a distraction, a setup for an unexpected stab, or to lure him away from his sentry to take him out. Because as we know,
Engineer has a shotgun. You think the engineer is defenseless? Foolish. Good engineers know they can fight back without having to rely on a sentry. The shotgun is great at close range, but falls off somewhat at medium to long range where the pistol becomes more viable.
The revolver is sort of a hybrid between the two, and considering that both have the same max health, you're both kind of evenly matched.
It's just a matter of who has better movement and aim and who got the jump on the other one first, and Spy isn't the only one who can sneak up on their opponent.
You can also attempt a trick stab, but know that the engineer is capable of killing you in 2 hits with his melee, unless our least favorite mechanic in the game is in play.
Anyway, you were going to talk about teleporters now?
Yep. As you can take enemy teleporters, this can be used for all kinds of tricks. Teleporters are often placed right inside the nest, so it may actually be worth finding the entrance, as you can use it to get right to the unsuspecting engineer. On top of that, players who recently used a teleporter have this team-colored glow effect, which can actually help sell your disguise because it makes you look like a teammate who just arrived and is getting their bearings, allowing you to get closer to the engineer. Also, as mentioned previously, if you get teleported inside the hitbox of an enemy player, they rupture instantly. But just randomly taking the teleporter has the chance of telefragging some random unfortunate player. And if the engineer is turtling and standing on top of his teleporter the whole time... Oh yeah, and when near enemy teleporters, be careful about running over them because it might just get you killed in one of the dumbest ways possible.
I am so stupid. I am so stupid. I walked over a teleporter and someone came through.
Now that we've talked about how to play around each of the buildings, which one should you destroy first? The ultimate victory over a Nester's spy is to kill both the engineer and sap all the buildings. However, you don't always have to try to do it all at once. Even just killing the engineer or getting a key building destroyed can lead
to further problems.
The 4 main components that make up a nest are the engineer, sentry, dispenser, and teleporters, each serving the function of maintenance, defense, supply, and transport respectively. Destroying any one of them will eliminate that component of the nest until it can be rebuilt, and can cripple the livelihood of the rest of the nest. Eliminating the engineer himself leaves the buildings without maintenance. While Pybros may be able to remove sappers if they have the Neon or Homewrecker equipped, they still lack the ability to repair damage, reload the gun, or upgrade buildings, meaning your team may quickly overwhelm the nest before the engineer returns. If multiple engineers are present, they may be able to help look after the nest. However, nests may be spread out to cover more ground, and engineers are only alerted when their own buildings start having issues. If the nests are clumped together into some abomination, then it's probably a good time to mention that spies aren't the only class that can
Hey, I'm back. Did you also know that because the YER is so quiet, it's really good at taking out multiple engineers at once, since none of them will even know before it's too late? The multiple sentries give them a false sense of security that this wonderful knife can exploit. Targeted ads are great, aren't they? Anyway, I'm done this time.
Destroy nests. An uber-charged soldier or dimmer man may actually be better in this situation due to their explosives. You can either switch class, or coordinate with the ubered peer to sap buildings at the same time. Of course, considering the engineer is actually sentient, you often have to be careful about when and how you attack. The sentry is good at stopping overconfident power classes from pushing into the back line, and defends the rest of the nest. If destroyed, it leaves the rest of the nest very vulnerable to attack, as the engineer frantically attempts to rebuild it. Without the sentry, a random flanker will be able to enter their back line. Your scout and pyro will especially love you for this. If you manage to destroy the sentry, but some of the nest still remains, it's best to alert your team that this is the case so they can immediately capitalize on it and finish what you started. And yes, I know team coordination isn't that common in casual games, blah blah blah, but hey, it's worth a shot. The dispenser is almost always the lowest on the priority list, as it has the least immediate impact if destroyed, and can even help you. Destroying it is still a massive inconvenience for the engineer and his team that was used. Always the lowest on the priority list, as it has the least immediate impact if destroyed, and can even help you. Destroying it is still a massive inconvenience for the engineer and his team that was using it, but you don't see anyone going, "Dispenser down, push in!" Teleporters are vastly underestimated by new players. They can transport players to the front lines faster, or get them to areas they otherwise can't reach. Entrances are almost always placed at their spawn, so the exit basically acts as a respawn beacon, which results in their team grouping up around that nest, and providing it with a solid frontline defense. Good exit placement can almost entirely negate the travel time from the respawn room to the front line, and the heavy mains know exactly what I'm talking about. It can be a blessing. Which means if you take the teleporter out of play, you've effectively increased the respawn time of the entire team. Dead players come back far slower and less from a centralized area, reducing the pressure they can put on your team and the amount of people that can guard the nest, potentially leading to it getting overwhelmed and destroyed. Sentries get kills, dispensers save lives,
and teleporters win games.
Yeah. And because both teleporters are two parts of the same whole, destroying just one end renders the other completely functionless. This makes it worth it to run to the enemy spawn just to sap and shoot the teleporter entrance, leaving the engineer with a dilemma. They either run back to spawn to repair the entrance, but leave their nest without maintenance, or forget about the teleporter and just keep the rest of the nest maintained. Thankfully for you, there is no secret third option. Picking what part you go for first is up to you, depending on the situation. But the engineer himself has a variety of tools at his disposal that you may have to account for. This robot hand changes the engineer playstyle the most, replacing his sentries with mini sentries. They deploy faster than normal sentries and cost less metal, but cannot be upgraded and are less of an overall threat. Mini sentries are much more disposable than regular ones, so the engineer won't care as much about maintaining it, and may not even have a nest at all. The engineer himself often becomes the bigger threat, and basically becomes a slower scout with a little more health and the ability to pop down minis. This wrench allows the engineer, from anywhere on the map, to teleport either to his spawn or teleporter exit, albeit locking him in a short animation in the process. This thing is the main counter to destroying the entrance at spawn strat, as the engineer can waste little time getting it replaced. They can even teleport to the exit if it's being sapped, so really watch out if you suspect they have this equipped, especially since they just kind of appear at the exit. Though knowing this, if you can figure out what direction the teleporter is facing, you can trick engineers into teleporting to a backstab. Engineers running this will typically lean towards a more active and mobile playstyle, and can appear from unexpected places. This weapon applies an 8-second bleed on hit, which may seem good for catching spies until you remember that cloak halves the duration of debuffs, and considering it can't random crit, it's not actually as much of a threat to spies as it may seem. Of all the wrenches, it certainly is one of them. This is the only wrench that takes 3 hits to destroy a sapper, and to kill you from full health. Though, unlike the Southern Hospitality, it can random crit, and as many of us know, crit rates on melee are kind of stupid. Engineers using this can get a level 3 building set up much faster after one is destroyed, so killing the engineer himself is the best counter to that. While it allows the engineer to take manual control of a sentry and give it a defensive shield, when put back away, it takes 3 seconds for the sentry to regain automatic functionality, meaning if you can sneak up on an engineer using it, you can easily stab him without the sentry immediately shooting you, and the bubble shield does nothing against the sapper. Just watch out if the engineer notices you too close to the sentry, as he may use the technique. Its primary fire is okay, but it's the secondary fire that creates the big annoying energy ball. Its primary use is for crowd control and to delete projectiles, but it can also reveal you while cloaked if caught in its range. But its biggest weakness is that it uses the engineer's metal supply for ammo, so it can't be spammed too heavily in most situations. This gun is notably worse in most combat situations, but when the sentry is destroyed, it gains a number of stored crits depending on how many kills or assists it got. This is very deadly. If they do currently have stored crits, you will be able to see the gun glowing, but some engineers may hide this by not pulling it out until the last second. Not to mention, the crits are gained instantly upon the sentry's destruction, which can give you a massive shock if you aren't ready for it. Like the short circuit, this gun also uses metal for ammo. However, it does give back metal depending on damage dealt. If at close enough range, it can actually refund or even refill the metal used to fire, and it doesn't have to reload. This weapon can be very deadly if the shots connect. However, metal isn't refunded when shooting disguised spies, so make of that what you will. This weapon deploys and fires quickly. However, shooting actually but it does. Like the short circuit, this gun also uses metal for ammo. However, it does give back metal depending on damage dealt. If at close enough range, it can actually refund or even refill the metal used to fire, and it doesn't have to reload. This weapon can be very deadly if the shots connect. However, metal isn't refunded when shooting disguised spies, so make of that what you will. This weapon deploys and fires quickly. However, the spread of the shots quickly increase as successive shots are fired. This makes it more deadly at close range, but fall off quicker than other shotguns at range. While it does have the ability to drain your cloak, this weapon overall is weak and slow, so it's rare to ever see it get used. Even more rare to get hit by it. Even if you do get hit by the easy-to-dodge projectile, the cloak drain is more of a minor inconvenience than anything. Instead of being a traditional shotgun, it fires bolts that have the ability to repair buildings from range, which helps engineers not be glued to their buildings the whole time. However, the sapper blocks repairs, and this affects the rescue ranger as well, forcing the engineer to come close and use the wrench. If they're paying attention and see you about to sap the building though, they have the ability to... But while this weapon is good at keeping a sentry alive, it's not so great in combat. It actually deals the same damage as the revolver with similar damage fall-off distances, but it's also a projectile that can be dodged, so 1v1 fights against rescue ranger engineers are a bit more tilted in your favor. Destroying a nest is like figuring out a puzzle. If one approach doesn't work and you die in the process, try a different strategy next time. You can die many times in the process, but it keeps the engineer under pressure, and it only takes one good attempt to dismantle the entire nest. Observe, think, and plan. Either watch for an opportunity or make it yourself. Your ability to be unexpected is your biggest asset against an engineer. But be aware that the engineer can learn and adapt from you as well. Their team may hate you for it, but it just gives yours an opportunity to push in and finish what you started from within.
The Matrix is a wonderful trans hero's journey film that might just be the greatest film ever made. It's one of those brilliant cinema cocktails where they discuss a lot about philosophy and the nature of reality and self-knowledge, and then it goes and you're like, hell yeah, bro. But The Matrix also has a surprisingly brilliant villain, and not the kind of villain that you'd expect in a film where the bad guys are monotone artificial intelligence. This is my favorite scene in the film. In this scene, everything changes, and we realize what our heroes are really up against. Smith almost goes through a character arc in a film that isn't about him. Out of all the crazy reveals in this masterpiece, this is one of my favorites. Why would that be? The Matrix is a computer world where a faction of hackers plug in to try and free the minds of those trapped inside. The evil force in this movie are the machines, the ones who created the Matrix to enslave human beings and sap their body heat in order to survive. But the actual antagonist of the film is Agent Smith, the apparent leader of the programs who are trying to hunt down the resistance, specifically Morpheus. We first meet Smith in the opening scene. He exits a car and looks like a government agent. The police lieutenant certainly treats him like one, but he doesn't say FBI or CIA. He just says, hey, you had specific orders for your protection. Lieutenant goes, I think we're gonna handle one little girl. And then Smith gives a look, a cold stare of fear? No, recognition. He's dealing with a powerful person. Despite being one of the overlords of this world, he knows that Trinity is a powerful force and will completely destroy these cops. Trinity gets away after Smith tries to smash her with a really menacing garbage truck. Like, it looks evil. They find out they're looking for a guy called Neo, so they arrest him. Right from the beginning, these guys look like robots, completely emotionless, cold, efficient movers. You can tell just by looking at them that they're not human. It's great. Great stuff from everyone, not just Hugo Weaving. But they do have their quirks. Smith interrogates Neo and speaks in an odd cadence.
One of these lives has a future.
He speaks extremely slowly, but emphasizes his words distinctly. Kind of like he's speaking to a child. This was originally based on the speaking pattern of the Wachowskis, the directors. But it's a good choice that reflects the domineering personality of machines at war with humanity, but with a personal curiosity that comes up in lines like,
help your landlady carry out her garbage.
Despite being a machine, he's clearly an individual, which fleshes this world out in a cool way. The Matrix isn't just the same artificial intelligence, it's actually an entire race of machines and programs, all working together but not the same. Naturally, they have some differences. His disdain for Neo is shown in this line read, which I really like.
Whatever you think you know about this man is irrelevant.
He pronounces the T in irrelevant, making it just slightly more biting. There's a really cool line here where he says Morpheus is considered to be the most dangerous man alive. And he's not talking about the authorities, he's talking about the machines. Morpheus is trying to free people enslaved by the Matrix, and there's no greater threat to the machines than losing their power source. It's a cool little double entendre. And then comes...
my colleagues believe that I am wasting my time with you.
Shortly after removing his glasses, something that none of the other agents ever do. Even early on in this film, Smith is set apart as a unique agent that they're dealing with. We find out why later. The next time we see Smith is 40 minutes later! He's barely in this movie. It's mostly about the main characters, which makes sense. He shows up in a training program to emphasize that anyone in the Matrix could be an agent. Smith, specifically. They scare both Neo and the audience with the agent who has been terrorizing us. Morpheus calls him a sentient program, further emphasizing that he's not just programmed to do what he does. He can think freely for himself. I've always loved this shot of Smith holding a gun to Neo in the reflection of Morpheus's glasses. It's basically screaming at us that Smith is the biggest threat to Neo, and he's always in danger of being caught by him. I guess you could also say it's foreshadowing for the ending. You could. It's almost like that. Smith's next scene is with Cypher, negotiating a deal so the machines can get access to Zion, which is the last human city and my dream home. The thing about this performance is that it's very calculated. It subtly shows emotions that may pass you by if you're not focusing on it. When Smith says,
Morpheus,
he almost looks excited. There's so much intensity in it that Cypher reacts to it, ashamed of what he's about to do, but also a little unsettled by Smith. Smith then uses this information to catch up on the group, and Morpheus dives onto him to save the others. Smith introduces himself to Morpheus with a kind of satisfaction.
We meet at last.
He brutally kicks the shit out of Morpheus and performs it really well. He's ferocious. And after beating him, he looks back at him with disgust. Then we are, depending on your personality, subjugated or treated to 3 monologues from this character. 3 layers of how Smith feels and thinks. It's good for the screenplay because in this film, he is the face of the machines. So we're learning more about the opposing force in this war. Morpheus is now in a military building for interrogation. Smith talks about the Matrix. He calls it beautiful and genius. Importantly, though, he says,
have you ever stood and stared at it? Marveled at it?
Which implies that he does this sometimes. Maybe in his downtime he sips a coffee and puts on reruns of The Daily Show while staring at a building. But he can't. Clearly, he's a program. So when does he do this? Does he have downtime? It brings so many thoughts to my head of what kind of person he is to have had this experience and thought in his mind. He's not just doing what he's told. He's thinking about it, thinking for himself. He then gives the first monologue about the history of the Matrix. How it used to be a perfect paradise with unicorns and rainbows and sunshine and cotton candy orgasms, but no one would accept it as reality. They kept waking up. Apparently there was some debate as to why this was the case, but Smith has his own personal view on why that project failed.
I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering.
We then get more of this bitter bullying of humanity.
Evolution. Like the dinosaur. You had your time.
We are more evolved than you. The second monologue delves even further into Smith's being, as he tells the story of when he once tried to classify the human species. Which again, hang on. At what point was Smith trying to classify them? Was he explaining something to another AI and realized he didn't have a label for humans that sufficiently fit, and then spent the next 10 minutes trying to figure it out? Why would he do that? The implications of these lines are so interesting. It's what makes it deep and what makes him a good character. We don't need to see all this, we infer it. And then we get to the real good shit. Describing humanity as a virus. He speaks to Morpheus, this leader of humanity, this pain in his ass, and just condescends the shit out of him.
Human beings are a disease, and we are the cure.
This is probably the most iconic part of these monologues, but right after this, we finally get back to the
reason why we're here.
The final monologue. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh, it's so good. The interrogations are not working. One of the agents pipes up and speaks in a typical robot-style tone.
Perhaps we're asking the wrong questions.
Which sets us up for the heavily contrasting tone in which Smith says,
leave me with him.
Oh shit.
Now.
The other agents are shocked, but they walk out. Smith looks genuinely pissed off, and we're thinking, why is he angry now? What's changed? What is he gonna do? And this is my favorite scene in The Matrix. Smith sits down and takes off his glasses, saying,
I'm going to be honest with you.
And also takes out his earpiece, the thing he's been using all along to communicate with his team. And it's kind of implied that they use it to locate people in the Matrix. We've never seen this before. What is happening?
I hate this place.
Holy shit. Okay, hold. Hold up. So not only does Smith feel anger, he has an active specific rage. Rage for his job, having to do all this, having to be in charge. That's really cool.
It's the smell.
Wait, what?
I can taste your stink. It's repulsive, isn't it?
Oh my god, this guy doesn't just think he's better than humans, he hates them.
I must get out of here.
Jesus Christ!
I must get free.
Everybody stay calm.
And in this mind is the key.
What?
My key.
What the fuck?
Once Zion is destroyed, there is no need for me to be here. Do you understand? I need the codes. I have to get inside Zion. And you have to tell me how. You're going to tell me, or you're going to die.
Smith isn't just a robot. He is an angry, vindictive spirit with a deep hatred of humans. He fucking hates his job. This is personal. This informs his entire character from everything that's happened to everything that's going to happen. Every single action that he's made so far hasn't just been about winning this stupid war. He personally wants to be free of his duties, finish his job, get this shit over with, and get out of the Matrix. Morpheus has always been the key to victory, but he doesn't call it our key. He says it's my key. So who is Smith? Smith is a conscious, thinking, living being. He's as much a human as anyone who's also stuck in their job, stuck in their body, and stuck in the Matrix. The terminology he's using here is the same that the runners use. He wants to be free from the Matrix. The first time I watched this at an age I could understand it, it blew my fucking mind. The machines and humans are one and the same, capable of destruction, anger, spite, and he has superpowers. Fuck. And not only that, he's been holding this in from everyone around him. He doesn't want his colleagues to know that he feels this way. They come back in and they go, "What the fuck are you doing?" Which leads us to my favorite character trait about him. He's lonely. Smith is a lonely, vicious, vindictive incel, and he won't give up trying to hunt everyone down because it's not for the greater good, it's something that he desperately wants. In this scene, all of our perceptions of Smith fall away to reveal a person. He's a person. The machines having emotions and being a lot like humans is something extremely important in the sequels. But in this movie, it's just a small taste of world building, specifically to make this character as evil and as scary as possible so Neo can rise up and take him down. From this point on, when he's fighting Neo, he's not just trying to keep him from escaping. This is revenge. You stole my key away from me and I'm gonna kill you to death. Dead naming him the whole time.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die, Mr. Anderson.
I don't know if this is intentional, but throughout this fight, he could probably kill him at any point, right? Break his neck, punch through his heart, but he doesn't. He beats the crap out of him and then decides to let him get run over by a train. That's odd. That doesn't sound very efficient or machine-like. He's struck with an inspiration on how to kill him, trying to make him absolutely suffer before the end.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
But Neo says trans rights and gets away. But Smith finally gets to kill him and he shoots his entire clip into the guy. Look at his face. This isn't mission accomplished. This is fuck you right to hell, you piece of shit. And finally, when Neo as the One defeats him, we see the most human emotion he's expressed so far. He's afraid. Truly terrified. He doesn't want to die. And then he explodes in a fiery, bigoted rage. Going back to the Matrix now, we forget that this is a reveal. It's a surprise, almost a twist. Turns out the guy that's been hunting you all along isn't this cold, artificial intelligence. He actually fucking hates you and yearns for your destruction. Every second that you're alive is painful for him. This makes him more scary to the characters and to us. And we feel so much more satisfied when Neo is fighting him because of that. This scene makes the ending work. It's the unexpected nature of him that makes him one of the greatest villains I've ever seen on screen. This monologue fleshes out the world, deepens our understanding of the entire machine army, and perfectly sets Smith on a path to completely taking over the Matrix in the underrated sequels. Also notice the placement of the scene. What happens right after this? The big shootout. It's the perfect little twist that leads right into the biggest action scene that will last for the rest of the movie. Even the score leads directly from this scene into the next. Pacing is everything, and I think that the reason the third act is so memorable is because we got this right before it. See, within this fantastic trans-action philosophical spectacle with a hero's journey executed perfectly, there's also a brilliant villain, one that surprises you, reflects the darkest parts of humanity despite being a machine, and has so much hatred you can't wait to see Neo triumphantly annihilate. It's a very key piece of why the ending is so endlessly watchable, and it tees it up to ace the basket and score the run into infinity. Masterpiece. Hi, I'm Ben from Canada, and today a playlist has just come out called One Villainous Scene, where this video is now located. You can add videos to it, it'll be like a whole cool little cute little thing. Subscribe, hit the bell, give me money on Patreon, and love you. Oh god, I'm doing a Star Wars video. The original Star Wars has always been my favorite of the Star Warses. I guess you kids call it A New Hope now, but like whatever. The reason it's always been my favorite is for the big space battle at the end. Something about it is so endlessly captivating. Marshall Lucas's editing is on God mode, and there's so many twists and turns in the battle, going from one completely hopeless situation to the next. You start off going, yeah, this seems like a good plan, and very quickly we realize, no, this is actually a horrible plan, why are they doing this? But there's this very specific detail about this scene that I've rarely seen discussed, and I think most people don't realize why Luke didn't shoot with the targeting computer. It's a very tiny line of dialogue shared right in the middle of the action that changes everything. So we're gonna break down the whole scene, and if you're stupid like me, you'll gain a new appreciation for the entire film. Okay. This scene is the culmination of the entire plot of the film. The Death Star is this huge moon-sized space station with a big green laser that goes boom and can blow up a whole planet. The rebels have gained a copy of the blueprints for the Death Star, and the whole movie is about trying to get them back to the rebel base so they can find a way to destroy it. The plans go from here to here to here to here, then inside the Death Star, which is really good writing. The plans are literally in the worst possible place they could be at any point. And then all the way over to the rebel moon orbiting Yavin, called Yavin 4. Why do I know this? So after all this ferrying around with these Death Star plans, something actually comes of it. Now the rebels can try and destroy it. This scene's existence in itself is super satisfying. Along the way, Luke learns about the Force, that he has the Force, and then his mentor becomes the Force or something, but it's introduced in a really naturalistic and non-intrusive way, which I've always liked. It starts off as a normal conversation talking about Luke's father, with Obi-Wan just dropping on him that his father was actually a great warrior. Now let's get these plans to the rebels. Now that we're all caught up, the Death Star assault begins. This old guy does this keynote being like, okay, y'all gotta hit this little hole here. It's at the very end of this trench thingy. If you hit the hole, thing go boom. Everyone's like, man, that's such a small hole. How are we gonna fit that hole? And Luke Skywalker's like, hey fam, I got this. I was king of the court back home. So Luke is joining up with the rebel squad of ships because he's also a pilot, and he gets the designation Red 5, which I always thought was like a really badass name. Red 5. Hell yeah. So they go out there and the music's like bum, 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 bum. And Red Leader is the main guy. We've never seen this guy before, but he has this like gravitas to him. He seems like a real war hero who knows what he's doing. He calls all the shots of the mission and gives a whole bunch of orders to Luke. One of the first things he says is,
"Lock air spoils in attack position."
And then my testosterone levels jump up 50%. Probably my favorite aspect of this entire scene is how the editing pits these very dry military lines with the music in really dynamic ways. Look at this line.
I'm gonna cut across the axis and try and draw their fire.
And then we get a big swell. We're going. See, in another movie, I could see the captain saying this line.
This is it, boys.
Right before the bum, 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 bum. And it would probably work just as well. But there's this layer of tension that the more stoic command gives me. It tells me that at every single moment, they will have to be communicating with each other. There is no time for chatting, no time for badass lines.
Look at the size of that thing.
Cut the shot on Red 2.
And immediately they're getting shot by all these laser turrets. We get these awesome sweeping shots of the X-Wings moving really fast, all the while trying to communicate with each other. We're right in the mix of it. Apparently, they didn't shoot enough footage to give the audience all the exposition we need in order to understand what's happening. So Marshall Lucas got a whole bunch of B-roll from inside the rebel base and kind of cuts to these shots where nothing is happening so that voiceover can appear whenever we need to know something. Marshall Lucas, scraping bottom of the barrel footage even back in 1977. Luke goes, oh, you know I gotta do it to him, and shoots up the surface a bit. It's such a reckless and aggressive move that he almost crashes immediately. This shows his character, and it's the start of a little mini character arc throughout this scene. The very first thing he learns is, okay, I can't just go in guns blazing without a care in the world. We also now know that he's in danger. He is capable of making mistakes. And then Darth Vader comes in, he's like, right boys, we can't actually hit these guys, so we gotta hop into some TIE fighters. And this is a great example of momentum. We hear this command, we know that TIE fighters are coming, but then we're immediately hit with a whole bunch of action. The rebels shoot a big tower, and then we lose Porkins, and Luke gets another great opportunity to do something. We hear Ben Kenobi going, Luke, trust your feelings. And Luke takes like a quick moment to think about where to shoot this time. Something is telling him that he should shoot right now at this thing that doesn't really look like anything, And then it turns out, oh shit, it was actually a little control module for some of the turrets. No one goes, good job, Red 5, or anything, so it's just a little moment for himself. He's learned his second lesson. If he listens to his feelings, takes a moment before action, and doesn't rush into things, he can accomplish stuff. And because we've had all this action thrown at us, some people may have just forgotten that Vader just ordered some starships out to fight them. The music shifts and we get this aggressively 70s Hollywood looking man.
We've picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Hey, woo, woo, damn, let's go. Dogfights in space. Oh, I'm all in. And then Luke says,
my scope's negative, I don't see anything.
Which is super important. Why can't Luke see the enemy fighters? Is there something wrong with his scanners, or does Luke just not know how to use them very well? So all these TIE fighters swoop in with our and we get some fast-paced dogfight action. It's really fun. But we lose some more guys and we're kind of like, oh, Jesus, guys might be fucked. Vader goes, this isn't going fast enough. Let's go get him. Like, damn, this is bad. Luke gets hit trying to avoid a TIE fighter and he goes,
I can't shake it.
It's a really good line read. I can feel the desperation in him. Mark Hamill's a good actor, man. He's struggling so hard to dodge someone following him from behind. Wedge saves him though, so we're chill. So we've learned another thing. Luke isn't very good at the whole dogfighting thing. So after all this foreplay, we finally get to the attack run. Gold Leader here is the captain of the trio of Y-Wings, which are specialized bombers, not regular fighters. Why do I know this? Darth Vader's TIE fighter flies out, and at this point of the scene, there is no music. In a John Williams scored blockbuster film, there is no music playing. It's such a jarring shift in tone. The earlier moments were full of swells and rises and thematic motifs, but now it's just cold. Just the roaring of the ships and lasers. As soon as Darth Vader enters the scene, there is nothing. This is just like earlier in the film when he was fighting Obi-Wan. When Darth Vader is on the hunt, we don't get to relax to a beautiful soundtrack. Gold Leader says,
marked and locked in.
And we're like, okay, so the scanners may not have worked out for Luke, but here's an experienced pilot. He's marked it, he knows what to do. Let's see if it works out for him. Iconic shot, red alert, we got an iconic shot. This shot is so goddamn cool and groundbreaking that they use it twice in the movie. It's going so fast, guys, and this is 1977. We get our first look at this targeting computer, and it is so precise. It looks like it goes down to the millimeter. If they can just get to the end here, the computer's gonna do all the work. But Darth Vader's after them. Another favorite moment here is the sound mixing in this edit. All right, I'm gonna set you up for it, okay? We're gonna listen. Darth Vader's after them. Another favorite moment here is the sound mixing in this edit. All right, I'm gonna set you up for it, okay? We're gonna listen to this together. What we're about to get is a sharp line of dialogue, then a dip to near silence into a crescendo when the TIE fighters come in. You ready?
They're coming in. 3 marks at 210.
Ooh, it's so smooth. The edit is super punchy, and the lack of music just adds to this rhythm. It's like when you get faked out on a drop in an EDM song. So Gold Leader's gearing up. He's got his targeting computer. Oh, he's already dead. Vader just fucks shit up and the bombing run is botched. So who's up next? It's Red Leader, baby! He is sweating so much. You can tell this is a huge moment for him personally. We have no idea where Darth Vader is at this point. He completely disappeared after annihilating Gold Squad, but we know he's coming. And when he shows up, Marshall Lucas hits us once again with that beautiful sonic edit.
Where you are?
No sign of any.
Wait, coming in point 35.
I see them. So good.
In lieu of music, the sound dynamics really have to step up and give us the thrills that music would normally provide. It just makes it so punchy and tension-filled. So now it's Red Leader, our guy, our captain. He looks like everyone's dad. He's got this, right? He's got the targeting computer up and he's gonna nail this bad boy. He's so sweaty and nervous, almost shaking as he keeps saying,
almost there. Right behind me. Almost there.
As the screech of the TIE fighters get higher and higher pitched, the tension is palpable. And the computer goes, and Red Leader exuberantly shouts,
it's away!
And kaboom! Oh, wait, things are blowing up, but the station is still intact.
Negative. It didn't go in. Oh my god.
Not even Red Leader could do this? How the hell is Luke going to? Luke doesn't even know how to use his scanners. Red Leader's blood pressure spikes and he has a heart attack and then explodes. And he goes down in a big blaze of glory with another super dynamic sound cut. Finally, the music comes back. It feels like the whole film has been holding its breath, and now we finally release it as we accept that there is no other way. Luke is gonna have to be the one to do this. Luke goes, all right, broskies, we're going fast and hard like a Timmy's run. Let's go! Wedge is all like,
my scope shows the tower, but I can't see the exhaust port. You sure the computer can hit it?
And Luke's like, hey bro, calm down, I gotta focus here, all right? And the music's like, meh, 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 as Vader goes, and blows up all his friends, and it's like, ah! Oh no! But Luke has enough time to boot up his targeting computer, and he's like, all right, easy money, let's go. But Obi-Wan's like,
use the Force, Luke.
And Luke looks out for a second. We see the non-digital view of the trench. And at that point, Luke realizes what I for a second. Let's go. But Obi-Wan's like,
use the Force, Luke.
and Luke looks out for a second. We see the non-digital view of the trench. And at that point, Luke realizes what I only just realized a couple years ago. The targeting computer was never going to work. The scopes are wrong. This plan to use the targeting computer was only ever going to fail. The technology is just straight up not good enough.
That's impossible, even for a computer.
Wedge said earlier that he can't even see the exhaust port.
I can't see the exhaust port. You sure the computer can hit it?
These ships are based in machinery, and sometimes machinery can be faulty at the worst times possible. And as we've seen from Red Leader, the best pilot here, hitting perfectly on the computer will cause you to miss. So Luke has to do something else.
Let go.
Use the Force, trust his gut, trust his skills, let go of the reliance on technology to do absolutely everything. And in this moment, that's when Vader goes,
The Force is strong in this one.
See, earlier when he was trying to dodge that pesky TIE fighter prick, he was flailing about and panicking, but now, in this moment of clarity, connected with the Force, he's now bobbing and weaving all over the trench, and Vader's computer can't track him. Because fuck computers, this movie says. The computers are the problem. This big space station is an awful hunk of destructive technology, and Luke has to trust his instincts and use the Force to destroy it. With more technology, yeah, but like, you know. So Luke turns off the computer. The music picks up, like, yes, you finally figured it out. Everyone at the base is like, dog, what are you doing? And Marsha chooses some good shots where everyone's like, is this guy about to go for style points right now? And the rest of the scene plays out in an absolutely flawless display of build-up and momentum. The cut's going so fast and showing us only crucial information. R2 gets hit, so he's relying even less on technology. This is the very, very last second because the Death Star is now in range of Yavin, and he's just not going fast enough. The music's like bum 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 bada bum. And because Luke's about to reach the shaft, he has to straighten out, and then that allows Darth Vader to lock onto him, and we're like, oh no! And then in the best thing that's ever happened, Han Solo comes in and saves the day. And this is an actual audience reaction from 1977 in the theater to show how effective this was. And that's just so cool to listen to, man. This scene was so effective. And it still is. Luke uses the Force and gets it in. And we're like, yes! But the music doesn't stop. It keeps going. The offbeat rhythm forcing us to sit in this moment of tension without release until... What a fucking masterpiece. When I was a kid, I remember that this was just a dope space battle. This moment with the targeting computer always confused me. I literally thought he was just styling on everyone for no reason. Like, yeah, I can raw dog this. But the computer was never going to work. There's so many details of this scene to support this. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Maybe I shouldn't use this thing that never works. You may not have noticed it, but your brain did. The only way to destroy it was with the Force, which harkens back to what Darth Vader said before he choked the guy.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
This entire mission would never have worked unless Luke had learned the Force. Man, this is just a great film. All right, I made my Star Wars video. Now give me money on Patreon. Look at all these names. They're so pretty. Very attractive people, I think. They must be. They're on screen. You ever have a movie that you just vibe the hell out to? Like you're kind of having an iffy day, you're feeling a certain type of way, and you want to watch a movie that exudes the vibe that you're currently in, so you can quietly bask in your emotions for a couple hours, soaking in the human moment that you're currently experiencing, both internally and externally. Whenever I'm depressed, that's The Revenant, but that's not what this video is about. Interstellar is a Christopher Nolan movie, so I automatically like it. Nope. Just kidding. I was really annoyed when I first watched it, kind of like Tenet, but there was something about it that stuck with me. The experience that I had in the cinema didn't just exit my brain as soon as I left the theater mildly disappointed. I found myself watching Interstellar about once a year, and on my 5th watch, that's when I got it. Interstellar is about a lot of things. It deals with time and space and our place in the universe, pontificating on our future as a species, and posits we may be evolving past the need for the planet Earth itself. But not to me. Interstellar is just about the vibes, bro. I made that song. I have new music out. Check it out. If you haven't seen it in a while, the plot is about galactic migration. Nature has started kicking everyone's ass, and soon Earth will be uninhabitable, so the people of Earth devise a way to leave. Cooper is a farmer, a former engineer and pilot, but more importantly, a dad. He stumbles into the space station because of some VFX that inexplicably renders in his daughter's bedroom. His daughter goes on and on about this ghost in my bookshelf, but Cooper just follows the binary coordinates from the dust. The astronauts say, hey, these aliens put this wormhole up in space, and they must have sent you too because you're a really good pilot. Come up with us into this wormhole and find us a new home. Cooper's like, Yeah, right. And his daughter really hates him for leaving. Her ghost now is apparently telling him to stay, and then everyone in the audience immediately guesses the twist. We go up through the wormhole, they travel to each planet, and relativity makes him lose a lot of time, so now his daughter is an adult, and she tries to figure out how to solve this equation, but she can't because she needs data from a black hole, so she gives up and goes home to cry about her dad. The team goes to one planet, it's bad. They go to another planet, and not only is it bad, Matt Damon appears and he tries to kill everybody. They make it to the third planet by sacrificing Cooper into the mysterious black hole. Cooper lands in a big tesseract which shows his daughter's room through every point in time, and he sends her the quantum data from the black hole so that she can solve the equation. Bada bing, eureka, teleport, oh, it was me the whole time, boom. He reunites with his daughter, they have a big cry, then he leaves her to die to go booty call his new goth GF. Humanity saved, the end. What a load of bullshit. The script has a lot of flaws, right? That's what people say. Halfway through the movie, Anne Hathaway's character, who's a scientist, goes on a diatribe about how love might be the answer to everything. It comes out of nowhere, clearly just there to hammer home the theme. Yeah, it kinda sucks. Don't worry, I agree with you, it's bad. But while people hone in on the writing, I think they miss out on the directing choices by Christopher Nolan. There are different types of stories, genres, structures, and a billion technical words to talk about a film, but one often overlooked property of a movie is its tone. Or vibe, which I like better. We often talk about a film's tone as a descriptor, rather than an artistic achievement in itself. I don't know if I need to tell you this, but a film is not just a plot. And I'm not talking about execution of the story beats. I mean the feeling of the picture. This, to me, is the main responsibility of the director, who is in charge of how audio and visual elements blend to create a mood over the course of their project. If the vibe is consistent and distinct and interesting, to me, that's the mark of an effective director. Unlike techniques or even genres, vibes are harder to talk about. They demand less objective terminology when discussing them, because what even are vibes? However, you can use objective elements to explain why a film vibes in such a way as it may do. People don't tend to connect with this movie because of the conciseness of its plot. What's happening here fundamentally is a visual and audio experience, and I'm way more interested in how the film uses its craft in order to make that experience really unique and dynamic. I don't know if I've ever felt the feelings that I feel in this movie in any other movie, and I'm not just getting suckered into the daddy plot. I'm less like this when I'm watching Interstellar, and I'm more like this. The vibe is my favorite part of Interstellar, not this or this or this or this or this. While all that stuff is really cool and exciting when you first watch it, it was actually this quiet little moment that managed to win me over. So why does Interstellar vibe so hard? I've narrowed down every technical reason that I think the vibes work really well, so we're gonna go through them in a numbered list. But to do that, we gotta get into the vibe zone. Ready? The vibe zone. Number 1, world building. Interstellar opens up with a documentary about its Earth, where a natural disaster has crippled civilization. See, most of the time in sci-fi movies, the main character goes, "My planet wasn't always like this long ago." Instead, we view it the same way people of the future would learn about it in history class, with stories from people who lived there describing how it felt to live in that world. The gritty details, the routines. It gives background to every character in the film and what kind of life that they've had. The similar yet very different struggles to us. It focuses on the specific tactile details of life there. It's a lonely, dirty car on a lonely, dirty road in front of a lonely, dirty house. We get beautiful cinematography of the world intercut with this documentary, which is in a different aspect ratio. I tend to really enjoy when films are edited like this. It's a jarring visual presentation and it kind of snaps your brain into focusing up. But also, this totally spoils the film. People in the future are talking about the past and they seem to still be alive, so everything works. I really like this though. It sets up that this movie is going to chronicle the most important events of humanity at large. And when telling a grand epic tale like this, getting really specific with your setting makes the emotions and vibes more specific. Also, it doesn't feel like there's many people. It feels really lonely. I feel like I know what it's like to taste the air there. It's dusty. Number 2, Matthew McConaughey. McConaughey's an...
Halløj.
Hey, god aften. Er du flyvende allerede, eller hvad er du?
Ja, jeg flyver fra Winterspring af.
Okay, super. Jamen, det er jeg nemlig i tvivl om du var løbende derovre på vej ind til Flight Post, eller hvad det var.
Nej, jeg var lige begyndt at farme Winterspring Firewater.
Ja. Sorry, jeg var lige ved at få færdiggjort noget mad og sådan noget, som vi kunne nå at spise. det ser heldigvis ikke ud til, at der er noget PvP lige nu. Altså. Jeg sidder bare og håber på, at der ikke kommer noget PvP lige da den sidste time op til kl. 12 eller noget svagt.
Jamen, der virker ikke rigtig til folk online i dag.
Nej, der er ikke rigtig været så mange. Der var faktisk server restart her i morges, fordi vi har jo virkelig bare siddet og gjort, hvad vi kunne for at sørge for, at vi ikke bliver fucket over i alt det her. Fordi hvis vi ikke ligger nummer 1 i denne uge, så går der nok 5 uger eller sådan noget, før jeg overhovedet kan conteste på grund af regn.
Hvad hedder det? Hvor henne har du... du snakker om, du havde et dokument, hvor du holdt styr på alt det ranking-stof her. Er det et add-on, eller er det bare sådan Google Docs?
Det er sådan lidt spredt over det hele. Det er nogle sticky notes på mit skrivebord. Det er,
Okay. Så det er ikke sådan,
altså, det er sådan, at på Discord har jeg nogle ting til at stå, og det er sådan, det opdaterer løbende, sådan de andre er loopet ind. Men jeg er den, der hovedsageligt har styr på alle ting, både Alliance og Horde og sådan noget. Så ja. Så har jeg så det der add-on, der er tweaked, men det gør ikke så meget gavn her. Fordi du kan ikke rigtig inspect for et cross-faction og så. Det er Cliffwalkers, du skal, ikke?
Ja, det er alle Giantsene, så vi kan enten gå nordpå, eller vi kan gå ned sydpå. Det er sådan lidt fedt.
Jeg ved faktisk ikke, hvor meget HP de har. Jeg prøver bare lige sådan at chest for ham.
7.000.
Okay, det er fint. Jeg prøver bare lige sådan at finde ud af nogenlunde, hvor meget de skader, og hvad de lige har i kit og sådan noget. Hvad er det for en quest egentlig? Er det noget Shaman only, eller?
Nej, der er en quest. Jeg ved slet ikke, om det virker på den her server, men der er en quest inde i Blackrock Depths. Der er jo mange måder at åbne døren på inde i Grim Gosler Blackrock Depths. Ja. Og en af måderne, det er, at du samler en quest op fra Succubossen af derinde, der hedder A Love Potion, eller The Love Potion.
Nå, er det den? Jamen den, ja. Jo, super. Jamen jeg ved nøjagtigt, hvad det er for en, du snakker om nu.
Det er nok egentlig, jeg tror, The Grim Gosler er mit sådan favoritsted i hele WoW, fordi det er, der sker så mange ting i det rum. Det er et dungeon rum, men hvor mobsene er friendly, eller neutral. Og
ja, du kan starte en barfight og alt muligt.
Du kan åbne døren, du kan stjæle nøglen og åbne den op, du kan ødelægge ølene og bruge ham der er Voltron, du kan starte en barfight og få vagterne til at komme ind. Du kan bruge Love Potion til at få hende, Succubossen, til at åbne døren. Altså
okay, det er det, man kan med den.
Ja,
altså, når man er færdig.
Når du har klaret den, så kan du gå op og sige til hende, og fordi hun er forelsket en af dværgene, og hun vil gerne have et private place og være sammen med dværgen. Men han er ligeglad med hende, fordi at han er plører Bacardi. Så man giver
så det er ligesom i en virkelig verden, når det
ja, så man giver hende den der Love Potion, og så bruger hun den Love Potion på ham dværgen. Og så går hun hen til dværgen og åbner døren og går ud og stiller sig ned under trappen med dværgen. Så kan man sådan se, de står der er hjerter over hovedet på dem.
Okay. Ej, hvor sjovt. Jeg har aldrig færdiggjort den, fordi den bare, tingene er over det hele.
Ja. Men det er...
Og de egentlig, okay, jeg skulle lige være sikker på, at de ikke var,
det er Timberwall, ligesom alt muligt andet.
Ja, men det var mere i forhold til dig. Jeg vidste ikke lige med din rap, nemlig, fordi jeg er sådan temmelig safe, så jeg tog den så bare igennem.
Nå, jeg er bare unfriendly med den. Eller, jeg tror ikke, jeg er kommet ud af Timberwall. Ja, jeg er stadigvæk unfriendly.
Ja, jeg er sådan, jeg tror, jeg er halvvejs gennem neutral eller sådan noget med den. Ja, halvvejs gennem. Så jeg har en masse grinding, der skal gøres på et tidspunkt. Og jeg tror egentlig, jeg ender med at gøre det der, med egentlig at døddræbe, før jeg brugte over i Winterspring frem for i Felwood. Fordelen er bare, at du har den der, det ene mob der giver 25, eller sådan 5 kills. Så er der ikke nogen giants heroppe egentlig?
Jo, vi skal bare lidt længere ud på spidsen.
Okay, fair nok, fordi jeg begynder sådan at tænke, nej, er det kun nede på den anden side?
Jeg undrer mig også lidt over, fordi jeg tror faktisk, det er kortere at løbe sydpå.
Jamen, 100% det er det. Der er væsentligt flere dernede af. Ja. Nå, nu er vi committed. Finder den eneste giant, der er heroppe, eller sådan noget.
Nej, der er en 20 stykker eller sådan noget heroppe.
Okay.
Men ja, altså, jeg kan heller ikke... huske, da jeg farmede på min druide tilbage i Vanilla, om jeg gjorde det i... Jeg tror egentlig, jeg gjorde det i Felwood, fordi Winterspring var så contested. Der var, altså, jeg havde blå gear, og der løb folk rundt, jeg kunne 40 gear, der farmede Firewater, så det var bare sådan lidt...
Ja, du får en, og de har dræbt 5 eller sådan et eller andet, ikke? Altså.
Ja, men også bare, hvis det er så fra den anden faction af på en PvP-server, så bliver det bare nakket.
Det er så godt. Det gør det endnu bedre. Der er en
Yes, let's go.
Jeg plejer som regel at være, altså, jeg elsker World PvP, og sådan, så jeg er jo en absolut menace. Hvis du render rundt og farme et eller andet sted, i sådan en high-level område, så kunne jeg godt regne med, hvis jeg var i nærheden, så... Altså, nogen vil jo sige, det er griefing og sådan noget, men et eller andet sted, så sådan, hvis du spiller på en PvP-server, så ved du lige, hvad du har signet op til, ikke?
Det er det. Men jeg kan bare huske, jeg blev bare ret træt af det, fordi...
Ja, og det gør folk. Det gør jeg også selv, når jeg er bare i situationen, ikke?
Nå, altså, jeg kunne også på min druide kunne jeg faktisk rigtig godt lide PvP, fordi jeg synes egentlig, at min druide var ret stærk, men problemet var bare, at, du ved, når jeg rendte rundt i blå gear, og jeg mødte den anden ind i blå gear, så var det fint nok, men altså, jeg tror, det var en rogue eller sådan noget, der var i AK40 gear. Og du ved, det var bare... Ja. Der var ikke noget at komme efter, og så kan jeg huske, at jeg snakkede lidt i chatten om det, og så var der en warrior, der sagde, han kunne godt nok rogues, så sagde du kan ikke nakke den her rogue. Altså, han skier simpelthen for godt, så han nakkede alle rogues. Og så åbnede den der rogue bare på ham, og nakkede... Ja,
han fucking dør, for han kan nå at gøre noget, altså.
Ja, så var han sådan lidt, okay, den var måske lidt stærk, den rogue der.
Ja, det er så sjovt, fordi lige netop det der rogue warrior matchup, ikke? Altså, hvis ikke de har en eller anden trinket, eller får lov til at sørge for, at rogen ikke har en åbner. Og i World PvP, hvis du ikke får din åbner, ikke, jamen, så er det fandme din egen skyld som rogue. Det er det. Især mod warrior, fordi de har nogle ting, men de har ikke super meget det.
Det ligner, der er en invasion heroppe.
Det er der også. Det er, den der Earth Invasion ting.
Så man skal vel ikke rigtig bruge Elemental Earth og sådan noget, Essence of Earth til så mange ting?
Jeg mener, det er sådan meget til, at det er blacksmithing og sådan noget, der er nogle recipes der. Sorry. Eller nej, jeg døjer lige ham her.
Ja, jeg tror også, hvis vi er heldige, så dropper han den sidste, jeg skal bruge.
Nå, det er det?
Ja, jeg tror, den nummer 2, vi nakkede, den droppede... Altså, da jeg selv prøvede solo, der nakkede jeg 2 mobs, de droppede ingenting. Og så tager jeg dig med herop, og så nakker jeg en, og den dropper bare 4, og det er sådan lidt, okay.
Det er bare sådan, spillet fungerer. Jeg lader lige Whitewalkeren stå rundt til det.
Jeg guider bare lidt, fordi jeg tog lidt...
Han burde...
den droppede ikke noget, den her.
Det var da... Okay, jeg var bare ikke tæt nok på, eller hvad?
Jeg ved ikke. Jeg mangler stadigvæk lige 2 mere.
Det er så fint, jeg tænker, der må være nogen om på den anden side af de der gutter.
Der er lige herovre.
Jeg ved faktisk ikke, det er ikke så meget Clothis, der i hvert fald bruger det. Altså de der Essence of Earth. Det er mere, water og alt muligt andet.
Ja, det er water og life er klart dem, som føler, der er mest træk efter.
Det er Undeath.
Undeath? Og den... det kan selvfølgelig godt være på den her server. Jeg kan bare huske tilbage i Vanilla, der var... Fordi alle...
AH, det var bare flottet, men du havde 50 sølv, ikke?
Ja, fordi at folk løb strat live hele tiden. Eller strat der.
Ja, lige præcis. Og så har du kontrasten lige ved siden af sådan en Radiosorb, eller det er Radiosorb, tror jeg det hedder, eller sådan noget, hvor de ligger så til 24 guldstykker, eller sådan noget. Okay, fedt.
Ja, og jeg kan huske på min... Jeg blev ret glad på min alchemist, da jeg endelig fik, jeg tror det var Transmute Undead to Water, eller sådan noget, man kunne lave. Og så kunne jeg Transmute Water to Air, fordi Air, det var den, der solgte bedst. Så det tog selvfølgelig 4 dage, eller 2 dage, fordi at lave de Transmute.
Jeg har fået fat i Water til Air på 2 karakterer, så hvis det er, at jeg ikke kan lave Arknight, så kan jeg gøre det i stedet. Og jeg tænker at gøre det på alle, fordi et eller andet sted, så kan jeg gå over i Ashara og så fiske nogle Essence of Water, ikke? Og lave dem om til Essence of Air, og så er det været nærmest... Altså, det giver faktisk mere i profit at gøre det, end at lave Arknight for folk.
Ja,
det er altså nærmest næsten 3 gange så meget, ikke?
Ja. Men når man laver Arknight, så er det jo så, kan man sige, gratis. Nå, nu er jeg done. Det var den sidste, jeg skulle bruge.
Jo, men det andet, der går jeg bare ind. Altså, jeg tror, jeg er det selv for 7 eller 8, ikke?
Du skal ikke tage ud i verden og finde det der vand der, eller og farme det.
Det er rigtigt nok. Jeg tror, det er Somni, der har gået ved, hvor meget hvor det havde han i hvert fald en gang. Så ham kunne jeg sikkert købe det for 3 guld, og så lave det om til 8 guld, eller 7 guld, eller sådan der.
Okay. Nå, jeg tror bare lige, jeg er HS, så flyver op til Winterspring, for det går sgu hurtigere, end at skal til at løbe hele vejen.
Fucking shamaner! Nej. Er det 15 minutters cooldown eller sådan noget? Astro Recall eller?
Jeps.
Ja, præcis. Ja, det er altså, hvor ofte er de Hearthstone overhovedet på cooldown?
Det er sjældent, fordi jeg synes, det plejer, hvad end jeg ligesom går ud og laver i verden, så plejer det at passe med, før jeg har brug for den igen, så er der gået et kvarter.
Ja, det er lige det, jeg også sidder og tænker. Det er sådan, måske sådan en eller anden quest med løb derover, og så bruger man bare lige til at komme tilbage hurtigt, og så løber man noget ekstra ramme. Du har også din Hearthstone.
Ja, det er præcis.
Sandsynligheden for, at du får været sådan 4-5 af de quests der i rap, eller sådan. Ja.
Jeg vil godt nok ønske, man kunne trade de der Winterfall Spirit Beats. Det havde været
Ja, tak. Det vil gøre min grind væsentligt nemmere. Men det vil så også betyde, at alle nok havde, eller i hvert fald en god del havde den der.
Ja, helt sikkert. Ja, fordi alle de warriors, der bare render frem og firewater hele tiden, det smider dem jo bare ud. Haktør.
Ja, det er det.
Nå, så døde memen der.
Men hvad?
Nej, du har ikke set den meme.
Nej, det tror jeg ikke.
Det er sådan et eller andet random, du ved, en af de der videoer med sådan en gade, en gut, der interviewer folk på gaden. Og så spørger han en eller anden pige, du ved, hvilket move skal du gøre for at gøre mænd crazy? Og så er der sådan en pige, der går hen og siger, du skal lave den der, og spyt på bækken.
Jesus Christ. Jeg så sådan, jeg læser som hø et eller andet, og så er sådan ting om indianernavn eller et eller andet shit. Ej, nej, fuck, den er sgu ikke se. Fedt. Der var også en eller anden for nogle år tilbage, eller sådan noget, der gav et eller andet råd. Fanden var det, folk de snakker om, hun lavede anden lyd, eller et eller andet syn, eller sådan noget. Også over i samme del, ikke?
Ja.
Det er så vildt at høre noget af det der, når folk kommer med nogle af de der lidt sådan, hvor de måske giver lidt for meget info under deres interviews. Så de har bare skåret på sig selv.
After sig selv for hårdt.
Og har du set den meme med, hvad hedder det, plastic surgery, eller sådan et eller andet? They'll find out soon enough, eller sådan et eller andet, den stil.
Jeg er ikke sikker. Den der med en eller anden dame, der har, du ved, var det 2 pæne forældre, de har taget billeder med nogle ret grimme børn, eller sådan noget?
Ja, lige præcis. Ja. Og det vilde er, at hende der, hun var egentlig reelt set, altså model, og virkelig egentlig rigtig køn, og sådan noget. Det er bare fucking ødelagt hele hendes karriere, nærmest hele hendes liv, og sådan noget.
Ja, fordi alle troede, hun havde brugt plastik.
Ja, og de vil jo så ikke hyre hende nede i Japan på grund af deres, fordi der er åbenbart noget med, at skønhedsidealerne skal være naturlige, og det er sådan der, fuck, det er en af de steder, hvor der bliver lavet allermest, ikke? Men det er sådan en helt anden kultur i forhold til det, hvor jeg bare tænker, damn, det er temmelig røv, ikke? Altså.
Men ham der døde der, han var en level 19 druide. Han var åbenbart der, han må nok have været midt i at klare sit underwater quest til at få aquatic form. Eller er det først på level 20? Catform er level 20.
Catform er 20. Underwater kan du klare eller sådan et eller andet 14. Sådan et eller andet mærkeligt level. Lake Everstill. Nej, jeg ved hvor, det er ikke det. Det er i Ashenvale. Han var sikkert ved at dræbe de der water elementals, og så bliver en frostnova under vand.
Ja, det kan godt være.
Det ellers så den bare ikke godt med hans breath bar. Jeg har i hvert fald set en dø til det på et tidspunkt, hvor jeg var i samme område, sådan, og så pludselig skriver han, help you, og jeg spiller en warlock, hvad kan jeg gøre? Han blev åbenbart Nova med du ved, lav breath bar, den her Nova, den breakede over, ikke? Så han tog bare sådan 5 ticks eller sådan noget døde.
Ja, der er jeg delt med også. Det er også en grund til, at jeg er glad for at spille Shaman. Og jeg altid lige har shiny fish scales på mig, så jeg kan smide noget underwater breathing. Jeg skal ikke have
det gør altså. For mig, det gør spillet så meget bedre. For bare det der med unending breath. Fordi det jeg er død mest til, det involverer vand.
Ja.
Altså, og det er, jeg har så et problem på min client af en eller anden årsag. Og det havde min kæreste også på et tidspunkt, det har hun så ikke mere, så det er super fedt for hende. Jeg har det stadigvæk. Det er, at min breath bar bliver ikke vist korrekt. Så den viser den viser ikke, at jeg har mindre, end jeg egentlig har, men den viser mere. Og det giver et problem, fordi jeg løber egentlig ud væsentligt før jeg regner med det. Så lige pludselig begynder jeg bare at tage skade. Ikke? Og hvis du ser din breath bar, du har måske 30% eller et eller andet den stil, jamen så er det ikke det, du regner med, der lige vil ske, og så lige pludselig tager du bare massiv skade, ikke? Og så dør du. Og du kan som regel ikke nå at komme op til overfladen, hvis du bare er lidt nede, ikke? Så det har jeg mistet en god slag karakter på tidligere. Indtil jeg bare var sådan, hvad fuck det her? Nu laver jeg en alkemist. Så jeg har konsekvent elixir og water briefing på alle karakterer, jeg starter. Fordi jeg ved, at jeg kommer til at til at have en eller anden underwater quest på et eller andet tidspunkt. Og så bliver de bare drukket der. Efter jeg begynder at gøre det, ingen problem. Jeg er ikke død til vand i lang tid.
Damn, jeg har meget af det der Winterfall Echo. Og der var cooldown på den der.
Winterfall Eco, eller?
Ja, til at få de der styrkebuffs.
Husk på, at du kan sende dem over til en alt. Du kan bare ikke...
Jeg kan bare ikke tørne dem ind. Ja, det har jeg godt lagt mærke til, at der var den mulighed.
Det gør jeg i hvert fald. Noget, der er sjovt, det er, at du kan faktisk bruge det på low levels. Det skal du nok ikke lige sige til folk, fordi folk kommer 100% til at bruge det. Og hvis det er noget, du gerne vil bruge til dine alt, så er det bare sådan lige et trick. Du kan ikke bruge høje rang spells på lave karakterer og sådan noget. Men i forhold til Cash of Maui buffsene, der kan du godt bruge dem. Fordi det er ikke en normal spell, og det tæller ikke som en scroll, fordi det er ikke sådan et design. Jeg tror ikke, at de vil ændre det som udgangspunkt, men det du egentlig kan gøre, det er, at du kan tage din level 60 karakter, og så du har target en level 1 karakter, og så buff med 30 intellekt. Eller 40 attack power. Hvad du lige tænker. Det gør en verden til forskel. Det er helt... Så kan du lige smække en dagger med bislager på, så bliver det rigtig sjovt. Jeg prøvede det på, Kiv, hun har en... shit you not, hun har en level 19 twink på den her server. Jeg har jo virkelig hjulpet med bare at få den dækket ud. Det er sådan, den kan næsten ikke blive bedre overhovedet. Så fandt vi ud af det her med ecos'ene, så den rendte rundt med bonus, fire resistance, frost resistance, attack, damage, og jeg havde fået smuglet den ind i Ogrimmar, og så den havde, hvad var det, Onyxia og Rend buff, plus noget stamina buff fra en anden priest og sådan noget, så den her karakter, den havde, var det 2800 HP i level 19, og altså sådan 30% crit, og gud ved hvor meget dodge og alt muligt. Det er en skam, at Wars and Golds, det ikke popper ret ofte, men det poppede de følgende dage, og så gik hun bare ind og hun ødelagde det bare for alle de andre twinks på modstanderholdet. Det var mens det stadigvæk var nogle andre, der ligesom gjorde det. Det var egentlig ret sjovt. Hun signed op, og de der twinks, de dræbte dem på indshold, og hun farmede twingsene.
Nice.
Sådan er det jo. Det er... Hvad er det? Dog eats wolf, eller hvad er det, man siger? Nej, og jeg kom til at flytte op mig. Jeg skulle egentlig have flået op til Blåwood. Isker, det er ham, der egentlig bliver pushet op her, som... det var egentlig meningen, at han skulle være nummer 2 på listen nu her. Men han har ikke været på, og der har været ferie og sådan noget.
Hvem siger, der skulle være på?
Ja, det er sådan, vi forsøger sådan at få lavet bracketen, sådan at det til gode ser alle og sådan noget.
Men hvem siger du der?
Nå, Iskar. Det var ikke, det er ikke rigtig noget problem. Han er rank 1 lige nu, ikke? Så det sker der sgu ikke rigtig noget ved. Men han har så været på ferie og lignende, så vi har kun egentlig rigtig haft sådan 2 games med ham og sådan noget helt tilbage i starten, så folk jo overhaler mindre. Men han fik lige afleveret nogle marks og sådan noget, så han ligger lige under, der er på Pute. Så han burde også increase en god del. Jeg tænker i hvert fald, at jeg tror, du kommer til at stige. Var du 30% inde, eller hvad var det?
Cirka.
Jeg tror, du kommer op i rang 5 eller sådan noget, halvvejs i 5, kunne jeg forestille mig, hvis ikke mere.
Det vil i hvert fald være dejligt. Men der går et stykke tid, før det begynder at give noget rigtigt.
Og hvad hedder det? Du får jo, det ved jeg ikke om du ved, men du får reduceret priser ved alle vendors og sådan noget på din background til.
Det fine and good, men
hvad har du af, hvad hedder det, cloak?
Jeg har en cloak med agility og styrke på, tror jeg lige nu.
Okay. Jeg tror nemlig, at er det 17 stamina, du får ellers som alternativ. Og så kan du selvfølgelig få, trinketen, men det tror jeg, du kan allerede ved den rank, du har nu, har du?
Jo, trinketen, den har jeg.
Du kommer også til at kunne få, wrists ret. Altså snart. Jeg ved ikke, om de er gode til shamans.
Jeg er heller ikke lige. Nu skal jeg lige regne her. 250. Så kan vi bare lige sige 10 sølv. Så skal vi bare lige af med noget af det her.
Ja, og det er rang 5. Det er 14 stamina og 6 intellekt. Okay, det er måske ikke så meget at skrive hjem om, I guess. Ja, nej, det er 17 stamina og 7 intellekt. Ja. Du har sikkert allerede epics, har du ikke? Egentlig?
Jeg har lidt epics. Jeg har de bracers, jeg har, bruger jeg ikke. Jeg har faktisk nogle blå, nogle jeg synes, der er bedre. Skal jeg lige regne 6 sølv. Så det er 12. 0,12 gange. Og hvad sætter han? Stack count. Prøv bare lige at se, om jeg kan slippe af med lidt materialer. Jeg ved ikke, om der er nogen, der bider på det. Jeg venter prisen for 1. Det er 12 sølv. Jeg siger 50 sølv.
Hvad er det, du vil sælge?
True silver bars. Mithril
Ah.
bars. Denstones.
Men den stone?
Ja.
Hvor meget har du?
Meget.
Jeg kan faktisk bruge den.
Altså, det er sådan lidt, man kan bruge det til at levele blacksmithing med, men jeg ved ikke, det er ikke så meget, man bruger det til engineering, andet end thorium grenades. Men altså, jeg har nok 200 denstones eller sådan noget i hvert fald.
Det er virkelig sådan en ting, der vil komme tilbage og bide mig i røven, at jeg fortæller om det her. Men jeg vil hellere være en ordentlig person, ikke? Jeg ved ikke, om du ved det her, men Dark Moon Fair, der er sådan en grind til den her. Og den vil du nok egentlig rigtig gerne have, når du ser den. Jeg prøver at vise dig.
Lad mig lige tjekke.
Den der.
Det er rigtig nok, der er noget med det.
Og der er en af de ting, du nemlig kan gøre for at få tickets, det er at aflevere de her Denstone. Og Dark Moon Fair kommer, jeg mener, det første søndag hver måned, så det kommer til at være inden så længe igen nu her. Denstone, det er en af de ting, du kan få det med. Thorium Widgets er en anden.
Altså, jeg kan få det der, du tænker på den der necklace der, 10 styrke AG stamina.
Ja, det er præcis.
Altså, i forhold til den, jeg har fra, jeg har jo den der fra Lord Kazak, og den havde været 14 AG, og lidt mere stamina, så havde den fire resistance i stedet for styrke. Så den der er nok en lille smule bedre, men jeg ved ikke, hvor mange
altså, det skulle bare i hvert fald være sådan, at du ved, at det er en del. Det er fordi...
Jeg må lige prøve at se. Skal lige se, hvor meget man skal bruge til det her. Den står. Jeg havde vel lidt håbet på, at der var nogen, der ville lave en masse thorium grenades med den stone, men det virker ikke til at være tilfældet.
Next. Folk, de vil rigtig gerne have Arcanite bars, eller hvor det er Arcane Crystals og alle de andre krystaller og sådan noget.
Ja, men det var fordi, jeg tænkte Dense Blasting Powder, og så, lave det til thorium grenades. Fordi jeg tænkte, det var jo sådan en PvP-ting. Der er både...
Det måske jeg ville have gjort det 100%, hvis jeg havde det, men jeg var sådan, jeg har ikke engineering. Jeg har en karakter, og den kan lave raketter, that's it.
Ja, min mage, han er ikke så høj level. Og så skal du bruge thorium, altså hvis man skulle lave thorium grenades, så skal du bruge 3 thorium bar og en thorium widget, hvilket også kræver 3 thorium bar. Du skal bruge 6 bars per 3 granater. Og så skal du bruge Dense Blasting Powder også. Så hvis man laver de granater der sådan on the regulars, så skal man egentlig bruge ret mange materialer. Men det virker ikke til, at der er nogen, der bruger de granater her.
Nej, det er lidt synd, fordi de skader en god del, og det er ekstra CC også det hele, ikke? Altså, ja.
300-500 skade.
Ja, det er faktisk ret meget.
Men det er nok fordi PvP på, hvor de fleste får iron grenades, fordi de stuns within 10 yards for 3 sekunder. Okay.
Ja, det er ret bredt. Det er ret svært at dodge.
Ja, men det er en anden. Og det er iron grenade. Det er fordi iron grenade, de er billigere at lave. Altså, de giver selvfølgelig også mindre skade. De giver 100-200, hvor thorium, de giver 300-500. Men jeg vil bare mene, at ja, det kan være iron grenades er billigere at lave, men du skal bruge iron bar og heavy blasting powder. Altså, du skal så bruge 1 iron bar og 1 heavy blasting powder og 1 stykke silk cloth for at lave 2-4 grenades. Og for at lave thorium grenades, der skal du så bruge 6 Arcanite bars per 3 grenades. Okay, jeg kan godt se, hvorfor folk vil køre iron i stedet for.
Jo, samtidig så kan man også sige, hvis du nu skal farme en helvedes masse Arcanite, så kommer du til at have en masse overskud, ikke også?
Altså, det er jo det, altså ham jeg farmer miner på lige nu, han er jo 264 i blacksmithing, og jeg har da overvejet, i stedet for at prøve at sælge alt det her, skulle jeg bare sætte mig ned, fordi jeg er ret sikker på, at jeg får farmet nok til at køre 300 blacksmithing. Men det var sådan, jeg har ikke lige noget, jeg skal bruge 300 blacksmithing til, men samtidig er jeg også lidt, hvis jeg på et tidspunkt på min shaman dropper skinning og kører, engineering i stedet for, så vil jeg nok have til at hurtigere kunne level. Altså når jeg først når til Mithril og, Arcanine, Mithril og Thorium, så vil jeg kunne hurtigt køre det derop. Nå, du sagde, det var den stone, det skulle...
Denstone og Thorium Bars er begge to ting.
Jeg synes ikke lige, jeg kan se, at det står til at være noget, der bliver brugt i noget quest.
Men jeg prøver lige at tjekke, bare lige for at være sikker, for jeg bliver noget på ærmet her. Det kan være, det er noget, der kommer senere. Det tror jeg bare ikke.
Er der måske en, der meget... Quest endgame. Prøv bare lige at trykke reputation.
Nej, den er god nok. Det skulle det i hvert fald være, medmindre det er korrekt. Thorium Widgets, Denstone og Rocked Armor Kits er sådan top 3 ting, for de plejer at
Der er
bruge.
nogle price tickets. Det er dem, man skal have nogle af. Og
Lige præcis.
Reward from Vibrant Bloom, Ritual Strength, More Grinding... det er dens Grinding Stone. Okay.
Ja, det er rigtigt, de skal laves om.
Ja, okay. Men Grinding Stone og Thorium Widgets har jeg så ikke nogen, der kan lave, fordi det er en engineering ting.
Det har jeg så, der har jeg en ingeniør. Den kan lave dem.
Men den Grinding Stone, dem har jeg en blacksmith, der kan lave. Og hvad giver det så? Det giver 20 tickets at afleveres. Men det er del med, okay, du skal sætte mig bruge meget, fordi du skal jo bruge 3 eller 4 Denstone for at lave en Dens Grinding Stone. Og så skal du så aflevere 8 Dens Grinding Stone, så du skal sætte med lave meget.
Du skal have 1920 Denstone, hvis du bare skal køre den lige ud, og du skal have 1080 Thorium Bars, eller så skal du have 2400 Rock Leather, hvis du bare vælger at køre den her.
Ja, og Thorium Widgets, der skal du bruge 3 bars til 1 widget, og du skal tørne 6 widgets ind ad gangen.
Men Denstone og Thorium Widgets, det er faktisk den nemmeste måde at gøre det på. Jeg har gjort det før på andre server og sådan noget. Det er faktisk det, der er det gode i sidste ende. Så mange gange, så kunne du så købe Runecloth. Det kan du ikke rigtig gøre her, fordi du ved AH.
Jamen, jeg svømmer også i Runecloth, så det er heller ikke noget problem.
Ja, okay. Så jeg er sådan endelig begyndt at få en lille smule efter at farme den her recipe, jeg har fået. Jeg tror, det er Danmarks skole. Jeg er faktisk ikke engang sikker på, at det er os, der spiller, for at være helt ærlig. Lige 2 sekunder.
An actor who just exudes vibes. His signature southern drawl gives him a really distinct sense of relaxation into his characters. It grounds his characters in a really nice way, whether they're a good person or a piece of shit. Here, though, he gives off a very warm,
den er god nok. Det er Danmark-Serbien. Det lød i hvert fald som om, at vi scorer. Jeg bor sådan et sted, hvor nærmest hele gaden er fodboldfanatikere. Jeg ser det ikke selv, men jeg kan sådan regne ud, hvad du ved, pointføringen er, fordi jeg kan bare høre folk, de bliver ikke sure, men sådan, bare virkelig sådan, det er rigtig skidt, når der er andre får et mål, og når vi scorer ikke, så kan jeg bare høre det sådan utrolig højt. Det er super godt. Men Thorium Bars og Denstone, det er også, jeg overvejede egentlig at fuse til at komme op i max.
Nu sidder jeg lige på min Shaman her, nu prøver jeg lige at sammenligne med det der. Så jeg vil få 6 mere agility, hvilket er nice. Miste 4 stamina, min 12 fire resistance, og de der 2 fire damage on hit.
Nej, next. Det er no-go. Det er for meget fire resistance, du mister. Det er nærmest det, der
det er også
det mest.
Hvis jeg ikke havde den necklace her, så kunne og jeg alligevel, nu når jeg alligevel ikke rigtig har noget, og der er ikke rigtig nogen, der gider at købe det der Thorium der, så vil jeg måske godt kaste efter det. Men,
ja, det vil også give god mening. Jeg tænker bare, at du skal jo ikke gerne vide, at det er en ting, fordi ellers selvfølgelig er det sådan lidt uærligt et eller andet sted, ikke?
Men skal du bruge den necklace der?
Ikke den der, men der er en til casters. som jeg tænker at gå efter. Den der, eller så skal jeg gå efter den i strat. Jeg er ikke helt besluttet mig endnu, men jeg tænker, vi skal godt give mig til at farme tingene. Men
altså, du skal bare til, jeg sælger thorium, og jeg sælger denstone, og jeg sælger runecloth. Alt, du skal bruge.
Jeg skal bare lige have skrevet penge på, sammen. Fordi i modsætning til, hvad alle tror jeg fucking meget guld og sådan noget. Det har jeg bare slet fucking ikke. Jeg er mega fattig. Men jeg har en masse ting i consumables og sådan noget. Jeg har 3 karakterer fyldt med consumables.
Men det er selvfølgelig også, fordi du har levelet alle de karakterer, fordi at jeg fik jo faktisk lidt et chok, da jeg levelede min præst. Det gik op for mig, at level tailoring er jo net negativ.
Ja, det er det nemlig.
Jeg havde altid troet, at du laver clothet og laver det om til noget, der er mere værd. Og så selvfølgelig koster det lidt at lave det tråd der, men det, hvis du bare vil have penge, så skal du bare lave clothet om til bolts og sælge bolts. Fordi bolts er mere værd end det rå cloth, og bandager fra silke op efter er mere værd end det rå cloth, men
det er rigtigt.
Men det du crafter af det er ikke mere værd.
Nej, det er mindre værd og sådan noget. Så kan du nogle gange få nogle ting, hvis du er heldig, enchanting materials, der har lidt højere værdi. Men du kan ikke rigtig sælge ret meget af det her anyway, ikke? Så det er sådan,
ja. Præcis. Altså, så skal jeg enchanting materialer til, som cover dit eget forbrug, og så er det ligesom det.
Og så kan du så godt tænke dig til, jeg vil lige informere om, at alchemy er værre. Og vi har 8 alchemists og 9 taler, så det starter lidt som en joke, fordi vi vil lave en, altså min kæreste var sådan, okay, lad os lave en karakter, der hedder Birkin, og så skal den bare kunne lave tasker, fordi rigtig mange manglede tasker, og de der runecloth bags, det var sådan, du kan lave det for væsentligt mindre, og de gik for, jeg tror, der er 18 guld og sådan noget, ikke? Så, hvor jeg tænkte, det kan vi godt fixe om ikke andet. Og så var der var en anden, der havde sagt et eller andet lort til en på et tidspunkt på serveren, om at vi ikke rigtig kunne spille spillet, og jada, og jamen, de var væsentligt dårligere end fyre og sådan noget, og så hun, så tager hun bare og viser, at hun kan finde ud af det. Så på et tidspunkt, hvor det var, folk de troede, at det egentlig var mig, der levelede alle de her karakterer, og jeg tror, det var sådan 8 karakterer, der dingede 30, på samme tid og sådan noget. Det var ikke mig, det var min kæreste. Ikke? Men der var mange, der var sådan, ja, og det er jo meget sjovt og rigtig fedt og sådan noget, og det var sådan, jamen det er bare ikke rigtig mig. Så det, men det er da rigtig fedt at få æren, ikke? Men jeg prøver sådan ligesom også at afklare det, at det kan godt være, at de sidder og pegner alt muligt, men det er så ikke mig, der har levelet dem. Det er, jo, nogle af dem, ikke? Men ikke meget.
Hvad for en karakter spiller din kæreste på?
Hun er på, Kio Har, Pine, fuck nærmest alle, Birkin, der er, altså hun er egentlig på de fleste af vores alts, eller det jeg vil kalde vores alts. Pine Tree er den eneste, der er i max level til gengæld. Hendes Honda er, jeg tror den 48 eller 49 eller sådan noget.
Det var netop bare det, jeg tænkte på, om der var en grund til, altså jeg antog, hun også havde en max level, fordi jeg antog, at jeg spillede sammen, så det var bare, der var en grund til, hun ikke rated, men det kan jeg så høre, det er der en max level grund til.
Nå, ja, og så hun kunne godt bare have fokuseret på level up, men hun gider ikke rate. Jeg har med og sådan noget. Det er sådan, der har været nogle personer her på serveren, hvor altså, vi holder os lidt for os selv, vi gider ikke skabe noget drama eller nogle problemer eller noget som helst. Men der er nogen, der egentlig bare er nogle fucking tabere.
Jeg synes også, der er, i hvert fald raidene, jeg synes, der er sådan lidt en funky attitude fra nogle folk.
Ja, der er nogen, som er lige, altså, er lidt, måske ikke så socialt, hvad skal man sige, hvor det er, at der godt kunne være plads til, at de sociale færdigheder måske bliver finpudset en smule, så jeg sagt det. Ja, der var i hvert fald et tidspunkt, hvor altså, det er sådan, Gunholdo, han skulle, eller Quasimodo, whatever, han skulle lede et raid, fordi jeg tror, det var Liana, der ikke var der, og Shard var der ikke, eller sådan et eller andet, og det var lidt et shit show med at få noget koordineret. De havde et eller andet problem i New York, hvor mange vi var sommer nogen. lige pludselig så lader jeg noget efter mig, og jeg var bare sådan, ja, okay, det er ikke derfor, jeg er her. Jeg kommer ikke engang for fucking loot i første omgang, det er den ene ting, så jeg er pisse ligeglad med Epics. Så det gider jeg bare ikke bruge min tid på, så jeg var sådan, hey, jo, du kan snakke ordentligt til mig, altså, opfør dig ordentligt. Og det faldt ikke i god jord. Jeg kan godt høre, at det der med sådan noget tab ansigt og sådan noget, det kan han ikke rigtig holde til det. Og han er sådan lidt... der er nogle mennesker, de skal ikke rigtig have lov til at have magt, fordi hvis de får en lille smule, så de kan ikke styre det. Og det er bare sådan, det er, og sådan er det. Altså ikke for at sige, at han er et dårligt menneske eller noget, fordi det er slet ikke der, jeg er, men der er bare nogen, de kan ikke styre det. Ja. Og det er sådan en person skal du aldrig have til at lede noget. Ingen engang noget så småt som en raid på en private server i World of Warcraft. Det er, hvor jeg også tænkte, og det bad mig egentlig om, at lad os lige snakke i øjenhøjde, fordi jeg snakker ordentligt til ham, og han kunne godt lige gøre det samme, så fik jeg sådan noget halsen af snæren tilbage, så prøv lige at sige det igen, og så prøv at gøre det ordentligt, eller et eller andet. Og så var der et eller andet koordinering, så sagde jeg gør faktisk nøjagtigt, hvad du beder mig om, så må du lige finde ud af, hvad fanden det er, du gerne vil have mig til. Nu går jeg derop, hvor du beder mig om, og så er det det. Ikke? Og så var der nogle andre. Fordi vi er voksne mennesker, for fanden. Altså, de fleste herinde, de er jo døde på dansen. Altså, det er jo federe også, når du sidder inde, ikke? Altså.
Ja, det er det.
Og jeg tænker, at de fleste, de vil jo, altså, sådan, de har sgu mange andre ting, de kunne bruge tiden på. Det er nok de færreste, der egentlig tænker, at de vil møde op og deltage i noget, hvis deres stemning er dårlig og sådan noget. Så det er sådan, det skader så meget. Men hvis du lægger mærke til det, ikke? Hvis Shard, han er den der raid leader, han kan komme og sådan noget, så er der større fremmøde.
Ja, men men altså, jeg har selv været både guild leader og raid leader, og jeg har lært på den meget hårde måde, at man kan ikke være leader by proxy. Det er, altså fordi mig og min kammerat, vi havde en guild, og han var officiel guild leader, og jeg var, altså, men, du ved, i vores øjne var vi lige. Men det
er man ikke altid i andres, og det er man faktisk sjældent i andres.
Og han ledede os raidene, fordi jeg var tank, så han var DPS, så han havde ligesom mere overskud til at tage det overordnede lederansvar.
Ja, at lave call-outs, ikke? Altså, fordi han skal bare lave damage.
Jeg lavede egentlig call-outs, men sådan, du ved, at sidde og fortælle, du ved, så får folk mødt op, og så får folk lavet lige forklaret det overordnede tactics, og når vi så var inde i kamp, så var det primært mig, der lavede call-outsene. Så
okay.
Så jeg følte egentlig, at vi havde en rimelig sådan 50-50 blanding, men så var der så en uge, hvor han ikke kunne komme, og så skulle jeg stå for det, og det var bare tydeligt at mærke, når jeg sagde noget, folk de holdt ikke kæft, og der var ikke fokus på, hvad der skulle ske, og så tænkte jeg, det kan jo ikke passe det her, og der gik det bare op for os, altså den der ene gang, at vi blev nødt til at skifte til raid lead hver anden uge, helt konsekvent, så er det ham, så er det mig, så er det ham, så er det mig, fordi hvis jeg aldrig gør det, så er der bare ikke den der respekt for, at mit ord har magt. Og jeg kan huske det tilbage i Vanilla også, det er Johnny en guild.
Ja, det er gennemgående, og sådan er det. Det er virkelig vildt.
Fordi jeg kan huske, at Johnny en guild, lige da en af guildleadersne, han skulle til at flytte eller sådan noget, så han var væk i, I don't know, en måned. Og det var, jeg tror vi raidede 2 eller 3 gange om ugen dengang. Så den eneste raid leader, jeg havde hørt, var jo den ene af de to. Og ham havde jeg hørt, raid leaders 16 gange på det tidspunkt. Så da den anden, han havde fået flyttet og kommet ind i et nye hus, og alting er klar, så kommer han jo på, og han begynder at give kommandoer, og der er ingen, der hører efter, fordi vi er ikke vant til at tænke, når den stemme her siger noget, så skal vi høre efter. Det er bare en gut, der siger et eller andet, der siger, hey, gå hen og slå på den der mob. Ja, det er fint nok. Det er sikkert en god idé. Jeg venter lige på, at de voksne snakker, ikke også?
Det er lidt skægt, altså, men det er vildt, altså også bare at se, hvor lidt der skal til og sådan noget, altså i begge lejre, ikke? Hvis du er rigtig god til at også kommunikere og gøre det på en ordentlig måde, så bliver du meget hurtigt accepteret som leder og sådan noget. Jeg selv Ja, jo, jeg har mere lavet guild leading end raid leading, fordi så har jeg stået for alt med loot spreadsheets og alt muligt andet attendance og lignende og sådan noget. Alle problemer og sådan noget, det skal køre gennem mig. Sådan, du ved, guild HR, I guess, ikke? Altså, har kørt noget med noget shot calling og sådan noget på Ascension. Det er så fucking sindssygt. Min kæreste, hun raid-leadede gennem chatten på flere af vores raids, på sådan, du ved, Realms First og sådan noget. Det kører bare gennem chatten. Det er sådan det er med at tage en mic op og sådan noget, og sidde og så snakke ind over nogle gutter og sådan noget. Nej, lad dem have det sjovt på komps. Og så skrev hun bare, så fyrer hun bare tingene alt i raid warning, hvis der var et eller andet eller sådan noget, ikke? Det er præskrevne beskeder, som vi lige har gået igennem og lavet strats, ikke? Fyrer dem ned i chatten, så er det sådan, okay, før hver pulse får folk lige 2 minutter, har de brug for 5, så er det vi gør. Ikke? Og det virkede fucking godt. Altså, vi fik, de havde sådan nogle seasonal servers eller sådan noget, der var det 3 ud af 3 de der Realms First og sådan noget, hapsede vi, og på deres officielle server, der var jeg så ikke med den, eller jo, jeg var med aften, men der var et eller andet med, at det blev, altså achievementet blev revoked eller et eller andet shit, så de skulle ind igen, og der var jeg så ikke med, men det var også bare, du ved, det var bare hende, der sad og styrede det gennem chat. Og de andre, de sidder og, du ved, virkelig try harder på comms, og det gjorde de her også sikkert, men det var bare om alt muligt andet og sådan noget. Det var virkelig, det var en super hyggelig guild. Den døde sådan desværre over tid og sådan noget, som ting du gør. Men ja. Men det er lidt vildt at se, hvor lidt der egentlig skal til, og altså for at egentlig få en lederrolle af andre, selvom det måske ikke er den rolle, som du egentlig gik ind til at have, eller et eller andet, fordi for mig der er sådan, dem der ledede de her raids, det var, i min optik, det var Shard først og fremmest, og så Liana, eller Croatia, eller ja, den person, ikke? Og det er sådan de to. Så da det var, at Croatian var sådan, han skulle lede, og han har nogle gange kommet ind og sagt nogle ting og sådan noget, og nu sidder flere af os formentlig med noget raid leader erfaring og sådan noget, og jeg er sådan skrevet til Somni flere gange, det er sådan, jo, du skal ikke lytte til, hvad han siger, bare ignorere, hvad det er, han siger, for det, han siger, det er forkert. Fortsæt med at gøre, som vi har gjort hele tiden. Ignorer det der. Du skal ikke begynde at precast din fucking banish 2,5 sekund, fordi cast time er 2, det betyder, at du får aggro fra hele lidt, og det bliver sværere for Shard at lade være. Det er sådan, skal bare, når Quasi siger et eller andet, så skal bare luk, bare fuldstændig koble af, hvis det er Warlock. Han ved ikke, hvad fuck han snakker om. Ignorer det. Fortsæt med at gøre det, vi gør. Vi gør det rigtig godt. Det siger Shard også, og det er ham, der styrer. Fint. Altså, og det er bare sådan, vi skal ikke sidde og begynde at ændre på noget, der faktisk virker. Det er sådan, det er bare en opskrift på ballade, og det er også, der var et tidspunkt, hvor jeg joined og sagde, hey jo, jeg kan være med så og så meget, men du skal vide, jeg sidder ved et møde ved siden af, men det er sådan, det kan jeg tage nogenlunde på gefyl, så det burde ikke være noget problem og sådan noget, det er egentlig bare noget catch-up, men det betyder så, at jeg kan ikke være 100% til stede. Jamen, det var også fint nok, og så sagde han også, hey, banishene kommer ikke hurtigt nok ud, og det er ikke sådan helt on point, som vi plejer, og sådan, og han havde ret, ikke? Og jeg var sådan, hey, jeg kan 100% selv se det, og sådan, jeg var bare sådan, efterfølgende, det er derfor jeg ikke generationer, fordi jeg sådan, selv når jeg egentlig kan gøre det her, så sådan, det er fint nok, hvis det kun er mig, der går, men det er sådan, hvis du ikke kan 100% tage ansvar for den del, du har ansvar for, så er det sådan, skaber bare nogle risky situationer, og det er ikke mig, der kommer til at betale for det, ikke? Altså, som udgangspunkt. Og det er sådan, det gider jeg sgu ikke rigtig overfor andre, ikke? Men det er rigtig sjovt, sådan der, hvis du prøver at lægge mærke til det, de uger, hvor Shard er der er flere, der møder frem, og der bliver, altså fremmødet er bare generelt bedre, atmosfæren er også væsentligt anderledes. Jeg ved ikke, om det var.
Jo, jeg har godt lagt mærke til det.
der er sådan lidt mere rolig, ikke så panik i, og folk de er også villige til at prøve flere ting og sådan noget. Det kunne jeg i hvert fald se, var det med Asher Goes og Kazak og sådan noget, da efter, altså, jeg tror det var en aften, hvor jeg tror det var Quasi ledte noget, vi var i hvert fald i Onyxias lærer.
Sidder i, der i Orkrum og fædrer den, vil du så ikke op og have noget Timbermore Rip?
Jo, et eller andet sted vil jeg egentlig gerne. Jeg render bare frem og tilbage ude foran, hvad hedder den, der hvor jeg kan gå ind og købe min våben om 50 minutter. Så bare tæller ned.
Nå, alright. Ja, okay, det er fair nok. Jeg tror faktisk...
Nej, jeg kommer med op.
Jeg kan godt se, at klokken er faktisk ved at være 11, så må nok hellere komme i seng også, ellers...
Fuck, jeg er lige flot.
Sorry.
Det er så fint. Det er så fint. Det skal du altså ikke planlægge efter overhovedet, fordi... altså... Det er sent. Også arbejde og sådan noget. Den eneste årsag til, at jeg ikke sover allerede nu, for jeg er helt så træt efter i går. Jeg er bare sådan, der skal bare ikke være nogen, der lige kommer ind og snupper det her de sidste 50 minutter eller et eller andet.
Men hvor tæt er du på rang 14? Altså er du sådan noget 13,8, eller hvor er du henne af?
Jeg er halvvejs inde i 13.
Okay. Tror du får en halv en, eller hvad?
Det er jeg ret sikker, ja.
Okay, cool.
Det er, fordi Bracken har ikke været større, end den har været på nuværende tidspunkt siden februar, altså sådan start februar og slut januar. Så det er helt uhørt, at vi har så mange der egentlig er contester over på hårdtiden. Jeg tror, vi er 12 eller 15 og sådan noget eller andet. Og så har der været rigtig meget gang i den over på en siden. Det påvirker ikke rigtig os. Men det der med at så ligge i, på førstepladsen relativt til andre og sådan noget. Jeg burde få det som udgangspunkt. Ja. Og ellers så skal jeg have first standing næste uge, og det bliver eddermame svært, fordi du kan se, de få battlegrounds, du har været med i, det var på 2 af dagene, tror jeg det var, eller sådan noget. Du fik, er du på 6.000 et eller andet, eller sådan noget?
5.280.
5.200. Det vil tage mig nok mod de andre, sådan noget. I hvert fald 3 af ugens dage, eller sådan noget, hvor jeg skal være med i samtlige battlegrounds, hvad det er. Fordi jeg får måske et ud. Der hvor du får 3.000 og sådan noget, der får jeg måske 1.300 eller sådan noget. Det er temmelig fejl, det der catch-up mechanic system. Og også især hvis de så har nogen, der er nogenlunde min rang. Så får jeg en okay del honor, men det er sådan, så får jeg måske 200 per kill og sådan noget. Men du får næsten 600. Så. Og det er jo så splittet alt efter, hvor tæt folk er. Så hvis jeg slår en ihjel, og det ikke er et solo kill, som også er langt væk, sådan 100 yards væk fra jer andre og sådan noget, i hvert fald. Så får I faktisk noget af det her, men I får